Dylan does, but every time he comes over here, my mouse pad ends up like stained.
That's that's kind of gross.
It is a little gross. I need to wash it or something. I don't know.
He's just a dirty man.
Apparently.
Uh, um, okay. Well, we're all here. Over a little recap. So, current day is question mark because you are in a different dimension. But when you left the where you are from, it was the Daceland, the 23rd of Quinpilar. Still, you have 50 days to get back to Zadash, um, and you are currently in a different dimension in the city of or the land of Gelsine. So you started out with some castle sneaking. Knowing your sneaking skills aren't the best, Felix, with a little help from Carrick's magic, created a distraction for you all to get rid of the patrolling guards. With the coast clear, you did a quick run through the lower floor, not finding much beyond an open door to a destroyed staircase, once leading to a wizard tower. Christopher, as usual, for the kitchen and through some luck managed not to be devoured by 8 foot tall hellhounds gnawing on ashen remains. You all started to the second story where you got the jump on a guard inside of the memorabilia room. Deciding it was time to speed up before the lower guards returned, Felix dropped his disguise and Christopher locked the door behind you with a spare sword. You were then surrounded by the remaining guards, but between you all, you made quick work of them. Felix found a magical axe once used by King Jaros to slay the dragon Firaxis, the Ember Worm, and strapped it to his back as a trophy. Doing a quick run of the floor, you started in the parlor where you met Jalenvir Nirthin, once a drow diplomat turned into a smoke method and locked inside a fireplace by Charmaine. He promised you a reward and spells if you could return him to his form and save the kingdom, imploring you to steal the heart of the king. He gave you some information about the drow, that sunlight is their true enemy. Many ties to the Underdark, including spore dragons, Drugar, and fire giants, and some seek to bring their old god Lolth back. Uh, Continued from there to a blasted room that opened to the outside, gave about a 32-foot jump up to a 5 foot staircase to the wizard tower. Hilarity ensued. Christopher barely made his jump and tied a rope to an immovable rod. Both Carrick and Thel used magic to make the leap. Felix tied a rope to a very strong sconce. Christopher caught Carrick before he fell. After being a bit short, cramped for space, Thel barged into the tower where Charmaine stood. Felix came up from behind, but had to wait at the log jam. There was a fight. Uh, you guys fought the witch. You nearly died until Thel did a big hit. Uh, and let's see. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right. Charmaine took out Carrick and badly hurt Thel while turning Christopher into a pigeon. Christopher killed Charmaine via pigeon talons, and then you stabilized Carrick. After healing up a bit, you started your way towards the king's quarters. Another jump challenge left Carrick very defeated on the roof of the castle, unconscious. Oh no, that was first. You fell and got hit by a crossbow bolt. Then you jumped and knocked yourself unconscious after Thel threw you to the other side. Um, Brought you back up, ran across the roof, used ladder to make it to the king's room, found a secret door leading to the king's study. Felix disguised himself as Charmaine, giving the team a second to jump the king. Carrick pulled the king's zombie form through the outside wall with a giant gravitational pull, be able to find the heart under a hidden beating stone. Then you time to hoof it. You blitz through the armory and jump down to get to the ground floor and abscond through the sewers, taking a magic shield and some arrows with you. And that's it. We start there. You are down in the sewers. I think last time we said you were going to start heading through the escape post, except for there's still, I guess you're in the sewers. What are you going to do? You did leave our friend Clive down here. We'll actually say, as you guys all come down the stairs, Clive yells, it's like, "My friends, you've made it. Were you successful?"
Just gonna
Yes.
whisper, like, should we leave him here?
He's already seen us.
Just ignore. Don't make eye contact.
He says, "Give me 1 second." Oh, here, hold on. I have to get to the right page. There we are. Yes, he yells, and he, as you come in, he pulls the lever that closes the golden door behind you and opens up the two to the side. He says, "Give me just a minute," and then runs over towards you all. Says, "It seems you've come just in time. I've had to fight off a couple more of those dang rats. I was able to get them this time. I just kind of hid behind the door and let one in, and then stabbed it a bunch, and then closed the door, and then let another one in. It was
Good strategy.
very, very effective. Yeah, not just a hat rack." But he does look like, even though he says this, he looks pretty roughed up. Like his pants are completely torn up. There's like a rough bandage on it. So it looked like it worked, but maybe he still took some hits. But he looks very proud. "What is the plan, my friends?"
Time to
How do we
go.
get back to what's her bucket?
Yeah. To what is her name? Navis. Yeah.
we're gonna back
Yeah.
to
So
her.
how do you guys want to go? You have the secret exit. You don't know it's that way, or you guys could backtrack your steps.
I say we backtrack.
Okay.
Yeah, back the way we came.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so whoever wants to lead it, I'll say roll a survival check with advantage, since you've gone this way already, but it's still a sewer.
I got some survival. Maybe.
Yeah. 18. Yeah, an 18, you're able to pretty easily make your way back to the way that you came. That takes about an hour. So I think right now it's probably really just about midday. From trying to think, like, when you guys left in the morning, took a few hours. Yeah, it's probably like 2:00 ish. So you are just continuing your way. You exit through. Oh, wait. Yeah, and now you have to start. You kind of like run back around through the woods. You see that like there's not a bunch of motion in the castle, like that area. Like people are, it's like just are around it, but nothing's like spread out looking for anything. The king fell out the roof, and I think they're just tending to that. And the main person commanding everything you guys killed. So there's kind of just like confusion in the house. So you're able to make it very easily back to Navis. But you get there probably around early dusk, so about like 5-ish. I think that's how long we said it took you, about 3 hours to get to where you had been. Yeah, and returning to Navis, she looks hopeful by your battered but triumphant state. Just, did you find the heart? Did you find what we needed?
The four daddies always. I don't want to say always keep their promises, but
But always come out triumphant.
always pay their debts. Blah.
The one
And
thing
I think I don't remember who's got the what's it called, the heart. I think I have it. But if you had something to say, go for it.
Do you have it? Do I have it? Did we all just like look at each other like who has it?
Someone has it. Let's see.
is it in the bag of holding?
It's probably in the bag of holding. When in doubt, it's in the communal bag of holding. So you all open up the bag and you all put your hand in at the same time and pull it out together. And do you hand it over?
Use the power of friendship.
You guys hand it over though?
Yeah, we hand it over.
Okay. Handing it over to her rips this reality in reverse. As you watch the dilapidated cabin revert to its pre-vortex state, opening the door, you watch the void shrink until the void above the castle shrink until nearly unseen, until it erupts in a shower of purple and silver sparks. Navis, seeing this, begins to sprint to the city, begging you to follow. Come! My city is returned. And you see, like, as you're running, as those sparks kind of shower, all the like ashen trees are reverting back to like this lush green, like think fairy tale Disneyland type forest. Like think of Sleeping Beauty when it's all briars and then Maleficent dies and it's all nice again. Essentially, just a complete reversal. The castle kind of like stitches itself back together. It's like gleaming and like a porcelain, like marble white. Like everything is just kind of putting itself back together. As you see, Navis is just booking it. You guys can do whatever you want, but she implores you to follow.
Oh, it's four.
Clive goes, "This looks nice," and starts heading off, but he's, kind of slow. So he just kind of like starts walking. And you guys have had a hell of a day, so Navis is not waiting for you. She's gone in a full sprint. So you guys can follow behind or you can try and keep up.
Keep up. Let's go.
Keep up. Everyone make an athletics check to keep up with her.
I jump after her.
They still have not fixed the button.
No, they have not. Eric!
Yeah.
I will say that is, luckily that's not a nat one. So,
No.
there are 2 successes and Christopher crushed it. Christopher essentially just throws you over his shoulder and starts running. The other 2 of you, you're able to keep up. She's going to get there maybe like 5 minutes before you, but you're not like, if you were just walking, you would have been like an hour behind her. So yeah, you guys make it to the castle, and as you like Navis does not stop. The gates open up, and they see you, and they look a little confused, but then they kind of like nod, just like knowing like you're strangers. You must have done something to reverse this fate. We were all dead about an hour ago, and so as you are walking towards the castle, they nod. It is definitely like nighttime now, but people are out in the streets. There's like fires going around, just like trying to like, people are talking, going like, what the hell happened? How did we escape that fate? It was weird in that void, right? It's like we just didn't exist, and now we exist again. Yeah, and so you guys are kind of like, once you get to the city, like walking through, people praise, people like hand you food, hand you a beer, and Clive is taking this all in. Oh, I guess I should have rolled for Clive for his athletics. Clive has got a 17. He he's he's so stoked to have some sort of praise for the first time in ever. So he starts. He comes with you, and he's taking the beer and drinking the beer and going, "Ah, yes, thank you, thank you. We are the heroes." As the rest of you guys are just completely.
Yeah, Clive, you did a really good job holding it down against those rats.
Do we still have mounted rat head somewhere?
Yeah, you
we,
could have
like, give
taken
it-
a rat head as you left and like given it to him, like put it on his backpack. Yes, they call me Clive the Rat Slayer.
We'll just let him, keep going with that.
Let
Keep
him
letting
be
him
back.
buy into this
This guy,
delusion.
this guy kills rats like you've never seen.
Yes, they may as well call me Mr. Orkin. That's the pest removal place, right? Yeah. So you guys get up to the castle, and as the doors are open, there are a couple guards there that kind of like stop and look at you, and then Navis comes out and says, sorry, I had to see my king alive, but sorry I ditched you. These are the heroes that saved our fair city, so please let them in." And you guys are all let into the castle, into that. I guess we can go back to the castle because it's still, I guess, still kind of the same, right? Castle looks a lot nicer. I'll tell you that much. Things aren't floating. The food that was all ashen and yucky looking is now not that. Where are you guys? There you are. You guys are led up to the parlor where you had met Jalenveer the first time, but now you see the king. Navis had led you up there. Jalenveer and all just sitting there, just kind of having a glass of wine and talking about the events that had just occurred. And King Jaros, is this very like bulky, like I would say probably like 6.5 feet tall, huge guy, but just like has a commanding presence, like with a beautiful brown beard and like stately attire in reds and golds. He has the crown above his head, but looks like quite the formidable person. But he comes in and gives this big jovial, booming laugh. He's like, "Ha ha! The heroes of the day! Welcome to my castle. Welcome to Gelsine, as it truly should be. How have you fared on their travel in? I hope that you had no problems."
Uh-huh.
And
You tried
just
to murder us like
Gucci.
2 hours ago, but cool. Hey, good for you.
yes, I remember. You ripped me through that wall. That was quite ingenious. Thank you for not killing me myself. I do have quite the back pain, though. And just this super gregarious, kingly man talking to you. And you see Jalenveer, who is this slight, like, elfish person, drow, as we had said before, shock white hair, dark bluish, purplish skin, and goes, "Yes, and thank you for releasing me from that fate worse than death, stuck as an ugly-ass mephit in a chimney, essentially. Thank you. I and talk to us later. And I, as I promised, I have some things to give you, or for purchase maybe, if that is good for you. And then Neva says, yes. As we talked, rewards are in order. But first, let's feast, and in the morning we will discuss payment. Unless you are in a hurry to get out. I know that you are not of this place.
I could use a rest eventually. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this
If we keep going like we are all going to die.
there is a big a feast. Like they're like you're up in this parlor, and then so you sit here, have some drinks, have talk. King Jaros is regaling stories of like this is another triumph for the city of Gelseed and the land. Not one that's been seen since he defeated Firaxis the Emberworm. He says this will go down in the annals of our heroic history. And you, what were your names again? What shall we call you as we write this down?
The four daddies. Make sure that your anals say the four daddies.
I love that it's Carrick that answered in just the most. Yes, it's the four daddies, and just like no emotion to it at all.
This is what we decided on.
Like a bureaucracy, just like, oh god, more paperwork to file. Like, you gotta fill out the hero name.
Yeah. So with that, like he comes in, brings like this scribe in, comes in, starts writing down, like taking a bit of your information so that this could be logged in the annals and make sure that it is not forgotten the deeds that you have done in this world. And just kind of gives like the backstory of like, hey, I trusted this witch. She was a advisor to me, but it seems that had secretly been plotting to do this before, and he intends to research where she came from to see if she has done the same to other countries, because she had come here like 15 years ago. So yeah, you guys all have you guys can consider this as just a long rest. Is there anything you guys want to do in the castle that night before we wake up in the morning? So other than that, it's just drinking and stories and that.
Nope. I just want to make sure that I've concealed this axe that I've stolen. Completely. Like, if it's not a problem, then I'm not going to worry about it, but...
I'm going to roll a perception check for King Jaros. He doesn't notice anything. It just looks... He's too excited about being alive again. But yeah, you guys are given a room. You all get your long rest. So recover all your spell slots, all your HPs, half of your hit dice. I don't know everything that the long rest button actually does on there. Oh, look, your little tokens. Your tokens are set up correctly for once. It's actually updating them to... Or Chris, did you take yours?
No.
Okay. I had to do a whole bunch of resetting of your tokens because I pull over some of your tokens that you were like level 3 in. So I'm like, this guy doesn't have 10 HP.
Where's the button? Where's the button?
What's
on the character
when
on the right-hand side.
I click my token, it says the health after the long rest, but the visual UI still shows the lower health.
Oh.
Like the
I
little
just
bar.
have your little bars fill up for me, so.
Oh, mine didn't fill up. That's weird.
Yeah, mine's the same.
Oh. Huh.
I don't really want to hit refresh and remove everything, so I'll just leave it. But
Oh, here we can do this. Let's if I see health totals. I don't think you guys can see this. Let me click that. Did I click it?
I refreshed it and it made me back to full.
Okay, so it's just not. Yeah, you guys are all good. Two of you have such low health. 58 health is so low.
Look, I don't take any
Damage ever.
ever.
We avoid it at all costs.
You don't do damage.
And somehow with my strategy, my 105 hit points seems too low for what I usually end up doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the next morning, you hear a rack on your door and said, "Heroes of the realm, Miss Davis is here to has called for an audience. If you may meet her in the parlor." You're so kind of have three people you can talk to. Navis, it seems, has been the first to call upon you that day, but you also have King Jaros and Jalenveer to talk to as well. So guys go meet Navis. Let's see. She comes and she says, "I spent the evening after you went to sleep to go and find suitable rewards for your great deeds. As I promised, here is what I found." She gives you each 2,000 gold pieces. So this is from my own personal stash. I could not take gold as there is still some rebuilding, although things have returned to normal. We still need to bolster defenses as the confusion happened.
2,000 each.
2,000 each.
Nice.
And she says, "And I have one of these that it has been given. I've been given permission to give to you." And she holds out a necklace with 4 red beads on it, and that sword that you saw that was flaming before, which would be, she says, "This is what is called a flame tongue longsword. It is just a normal longsword that you can alight in flame to shine light in the darkness against the wicked and also burn them." So, and this is a necklace of fireballs. Each of these beads can be used once to create an explosion and rain fire down upon your enemies. I am sorry there are only 4. I had to use 2 of them to help survive this incursion by this damn witch. So you can choose one of those.
I think the only people who could wield the sword would be Christopher and
swords, right?
Bell. So you guys choose if you want that or you want a necklace of fireballs.
Yeah, and the necklace of fireballs is not attuned. It's just anyone could just have it. And yeah, each one of those balls can be thrown up to 60 feet or longer, depending on your strength. And essentially where it lands casts fireball at level 3.
Is it once you use all the little things, it's done?
Yes, that is. But you could we could figure out ways where you could create more beads. It requires some, pieces and some time, kind of like how you fixed other things.
Okay.
But the necklace is what keeps the beads stable. That's the enchantment on it, is what makes it so that if you fall down, it doesn't just explode in your pocket.
One sec, beer back.
Yeah. So
I think we're going for that. But...
Yeah, I mean, the longsword would be good if you guys didn't already have much better weapons. Or if any other one of you could use a longsword. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, so that is the first. She says, I do have some troubling news for you, though. I went back to find the portal that I saw you guys originally come through, and it seems to no longer be there. So we either need to start searching out a party for some other portal that may drop you off elsewhere, or perhaps the king may be able to do something. He is quite adept at magic, or we have some things down in the coffers that may help, but I don't know Magica. And yes, that is, I am sorry that currently right now, you may be stuck here until we figure this out. I know you were in a hurry to return, but now that Gelsine is beautiful, perhaps you may want to stay. Will be heroes of the realm. We could give you a keep. You could stay here and defend our great land against other incursions by beast and mortal alike.
Yeah, we got business to take care of, unfortunately. I love to stay.
Okay.
Would
Like,
anyone
well-
believe us if Clive never comes back?
Wait, Clive, you should stay. Honestly.
Clive
This
Clive
seems like
is
a great
standing
spot
there-
for you.
Clive is standing there looking at his 2,000 gold pieces going like,
You could be an exterminator.
he's like, the hell? He's like, let me go back to my room. Let me think. And he goes off.
All right, how do we get out of here before Clive comes back?
Hey, Clive might not have died, but that doesn't mean he isn't coming back. Okay. Yeah, so who do you want to seek out next? Oh, real quick, Ryan, the thing I ordered for your birthday shipped yesterday.
That's hilarious.
3 weeks late.
That's really funny. Oh well.
Hopefully it'll be here before, the 17th. So, yeah,
Go find the king.
Go find the king. Yeah, so King Jaros is down in, what is on the second floor of, is there a study? There's a study. He's in his study, which is where you had found his heart. It is a bit different than when you last saw it. First of all, you had to go downstairs and go back up some other stairs to get to his study because the castle is all repaired. Yeah, so he's sitting there in his study, just like kind of writing something. And he goes, "Ho ho, heroes, my four daddies. How was your rest?"
Restful. We gotta get out of here, homie.
Great. What?
So we gotta get out of here.
You need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I was going to offer you a small plot of land to the west, and give you some spot on our council as advisors. But I understand that if you are not from this land, you need to go home. Perhaps, I know of a spell that could get you. We may have some scrolls. I have the power to cast it, but do not know it myself. But it would require an item that we can use as attunement to your plane of existence for me to shunt you back. Do you have any such thing? It may not make it through the warping of dimensions, but do you have something from this homeland that you come from that I may spend the day crafting into a suitable fork?
You need a sacrifice. We know we got it.
It is not a person. It must be an object made of the world that you seek to go to.
I mean, like old equipment, would that work?
Let's see. I don't know if there's actual rules around what plane shift tuning rod must be. I guess I could just look at the plane shift spell.
Sorry about that.
Okay, it needs to be. He says perhaps it would be other items, but it must equal some level of worth. A couple hundred gold pieces worth of material from your plane that I can mold into this rod.
I have my old wizard hat.
Okay, so we got about 5 copper.
Hey, this is a very valuable hat.
Yeah, so you guys need to put together like something that you got from your plane that costs about $250 or golds. So find what you want to sacrifice. Yeah, he's going to take that essentially and turn it into an attuned fork to your plane.
Do we just do 200 gold?
Let's see what we have.
You can do, I will say you need to choose an item of some relative worth, and you can make up the rest in gold.
Our party equipment.
Well, in
Ooh, could I give him this? Could I give him the holy symbol, the blood vial holy symbol that I stole? How much is that worth?
You guys have never figured out what that actually does, but it's definitely worth over 250 gold.
I mean, the good news is like it gets sacrificed, and I never have to like let him know that I have it.
Yeah. So
I don't know what it does, so I'm not missing out on what I like. It's just, what is it? You don't know what you have if you don't know what it's worth. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I'm cool with getting rid of that.
Perfect. You bring out this blood vial, and he says, this will work perfectly. You see, because it still has it is still actually full of blood. So that's definitely something from your plane of existence. He's like,
hang on. Wondrous silver, power silver raven. I wish I don't remember what that is.
The silver raven?
Yeah.
You found that in the boat.
I know, but I don't remember what it is.
It turns into a raven for 8 hours and can go and do things for you.
Oh, maybe we should sacrifice that.
Choose whatever.
What do you guys think?
I mean, given that we have owl, it's sort of redundant.
Yeah, let's do that one. How much is that worth?
That is worth over 250 for sure.
Let's do that.
Okay, he takes it and he says, "Yes, this will work well as well." And says, "Let me bring it down to my my workshop, and I will craft the rod that we need, and perhaps find the scroll that we can use. You may even be able to cast the scroll. It may be better for you to learn this. It seems you have a practiced arcane user here. So let's see. Yeah, so he takes that and says, "Give me but a couple hours, and I will return. If you have other business, otherwise, relax. You have done a great service and are always welcome here in my castle."
Do you have any delicacies that we could take back with us for cooking? Like, you gotta have some kind of fancy ingredient that we don't have. What's the yolk situation in this place?
Yolk? I have never heard of such a thing.
Damn. All right.
If you want, we have our royal cola.
I'll give it a shot.
It tastes like RC cola, so it's ass.
No. Ugh.
That is
he
my
spits it
opinion.
out as soon as he
That is my
tastes it.
opinion on RC cola.
It is royal cola.
Yeah. He says, "You can have this. It is steeped in the roots of things found to the west. Actually, near the plots of land that we get you. That is our main RC cola route location." But he says, I will have my my kitchen tenders bring you some spices. Meats are about the same everywhere, as I have found, but spices are what make the difference.
It's the spice of life.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, you are brought a satchel of spices. I'll let someone write down 3 rare spices they want.
All right, Googling 3 rare spices.
So you would think that this would be rare spices from, I could say, anywhere. We're in a different
Asafoetida.
One is just adobo.
What's that?
One's just adobo, which is just a bunch of. Which, I mean, it's not rare. It's just 5 things mixed together.
Or as we call it, yum yum powder.
What?
Yum yum powder.
Do you call that at your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I use it on chopped cheeses, and that's it.
Good on pork chops.
All right, we got Asafoetida. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
This. There we go. And adobo powder.
In this realm, all their spices start with A.
The 3 A's.
All the rare ones, at least.
When you put them all together, they call it. They that's when in this place when they're talking about AAA, it's these 3 spices used together in dishes. I have no clue what those other 2 are.
I've
Neither do I
actually heard
know.
of the second one. It's basically garlic, but
No.
I mean you can use it like garlic. But the other one, no idea.
Yeah. So the kind of while you're waiting, Jalenvier comes in while you guys are just having, just resting and enjoying the hospitality. And he says, my friends, as I said, I have a reward for you for not destroying me at first sight and releasing me from that tormented, ugly state. I have a level I can probably provide to you without getting in too much trouble with my home country, a single spell scroll of your choosing. I have 4 available that I could probably part with. Yes, I don't want to get in trouble with the drow hierarchy for giving away such treasured items. These are very useful in trade to know. After this, King Jeros has asked me to go help him crafting your tuning fork. So he presents 3 or 4 spells to you. The first is Fog Cloud. The second is Wrist Pocket. The third is Thunderstep. And the 4th is Teleportation Circle.
Don't know what any of those are.
So
Fog Cloud.
Wrist Pocket. Thunderstep. And Teleportation Circle.
Okay.
So a first, a second, a third, and a 5th.
And he wants me to pick one of these.
Yeah. I can give you just like a high-level overview. I would say he gives you a high-level overview.
Okay.
Says the first creates it's pretty self-explanatory. A fog cloud around you. Help obscure you and escape. The Wrist Pocket allows you to create a subdimensional space where you can hide an item. Perhaps if you are doing some sort of subterfuge. You can keep things inside of it, and they will not see it on your person, but as needed, you can pull it out. Thunderstep allows you to abscond from a place. A Thunderstep, it's essentially Misty Step, but further and does damage as you leave. And Teleportation Circle. If you know of circles across your country, I assume that this works in your plane. It seems relatively similar in my planar studies. Certain circles are inscribed and made permanent, and using this, you can inscribe that rune and immediately be teleported there. It is very useful for quick travel. However, you must know of the circles first. You cannot just inscribe one. And if you wanted to make your own, you can be rich enough to do so, but it'll take about a year of inscription.
Teleportation circle sounds the most interesting.
Of course. Perhaps you are friends. You are great mages and heroes. Perhaps you can access some in your place, or already have access to some. I see that you are most definitely powerful enough to cast this spell. So it says, if that is the case, he rolls up the other spell scrolls. So yeah, you have a spell scroll teleportation circle.
Okay, and this is something that I can spend time and scribe, right?
Yeah, you'd have to scribe it.
Okay.
So what it will it'll cost
10 hours, 250 gold.
Yep.
Okay, on my list.
It says, if nothing else, I will go and help the king and prepare your ride home. So. And he leaves, and at this time, Clive walks in and says, "Hello, my friends." How are you? He says, "Hello, my
What's
friends."
up, Clive?
Say nothing. Just look at him. Says, yes. I am used to this at this point. I think now that this land is beautiful and I have been given a plot of land that I wish to stay, I can help this place build up, and that's much nicer than that asshole of a town that I have been stowed away in for so long with no hope of leaving. I do not think you would give me the glowing recommendation that I so deserve once we get back, to get me back into Uthadern. And quite frankly, being underneath the ground, it doesn't sound that great. So
Can we get that in writing?
this is quite literally next note. I will write a few letters to Zorka and Uthadern.
No need. We got your back.
No. But I wish to do Zorka well, because as much as I was a heel in his thorn inside, those were multiple analogies. I'm sorry.
Thorn in his heel.
Thorn in his heel.
In his heel side.
Yes, he truly is the only reason that place ran in any. So I tend to write to Uthadern to say that he is put as the full head, and we merely provide support. He will allow, I believe he would allow that, and still allow us to do our work there, but perhaps pay a bit so he can improve the city, town, shithole, whatever you will call it. Says, in fact, in such a way, I do this, and he takes his bag of 2,000 gold. He's like, I will put this towards funding further development of the camp. But I get to stay here, where it is much nicer, and not in a scary forest. And I'm already respected. I already have drawn up, and he brings out a couple pieces of paper. Vast improvements for the sewer system.
Did I already give him a weapon? I can't remember.
No, he had a dagger and a crossbow.
You
in his
gave
giant-
him something to try and hold, and he couldn't hold it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I can't remember if I have the whatever. I'll try this again. I'm gonna just pull out one of my 4 short swords that I just randomly have on me, and like make a whole ceremony on like if that's the case, then you deserve Rat Slayer.
Okay.
Mythical sword.
Make a persuasion or deception check, your choice about.
I'm gonna also like I'm gonna do a bagpipes of fear to just make him fear it even. So
Okay, so what is
that I can,
what's the save?
it's gonna
on
be
that?
so like awe dropping that yeah, he's just gonna be in such awe that.
Okay.
So where is that?
The pipes of awe.
Pipes of hunting to awe him into.
He gets a 5, so no matter what, he's going to fail. So I'll give him disadvantage on his insight check for your persuasion or deception about this sword and how you're feeling about him.
Persuasion.
He's gonna make this a revered family heirloom that he's gonna hand down for generations, and it's just some bullshit short sword.
It is a shit ass short sword.
Was that advantage or just normal?
He has disadvantage on his insight check,
Okay.
so just normal. Oh Lord. He rolled 18 twice. He says,
Okay, whatever.
He says, that was quite the show. I saw you stab. I see that this is just something you want to get rid of. You guys are constantly razzing me. He knows that it's not a magic sword, but he takes it anyways, and just he still is not, insightful enough in himself to know that he's a shit heel.
Oh well.
He
At least
says,
I got one of those.
well, did you still have 4? Because you lost one last time because you locked a door with it.
Oh, okay. So then I'm down to 2 then.
Down to 2 shitty short swords. Okay. With that, you guys kind of can do a tour of the town. It very much just like think of like Beauty and the Beast type town where people are singing and passing along bread and just a high fantasy like bullshit world.
I'm gonna wander around and find all the rope I can possibly get.
Okay, you spend a little bit of time. This place is still like everything got put back together, but it's still like imagine things being put back together, but still with like 6 years or 6 months of disrepair. So people are fixing things up. There's not a lot of rope to spare. You can buy 1 length of rope for 2 silver. Or how much is a rope? Rope cost. I feel like we asked this exact same question in our other game, Ryan.
I think we did.
But everything costs dumb in Barovia.
Well, you've only shopped at the one place so far, and he's an ass.
50 feet of hempen rope costs 1 gold piece. So spend one of your billion gold that you have.
3,200. It makes it even. For some reason, I have 3,201. So that makes it even.
Yeah. So you get your 1 length of rope. But yeah, you guys kind of just sort of town, and then you are called by some guards and say, King Jaros would like to see you. It seems that he has finished his work with the help of the Drow Mage and is ready to send you home if you would like. So you're brought back. You're brought into like the art gallery room where the obsidian statues had been, and he is standing there, and he pulls out, and as you pull out, it's this fine silver fork that think of like a tuning. one of these. And he bangs it against it, and it makes a very pure sound. And the pure sound, like, sounds like home. It sounds like the wind going through the trees of the Siren Green Forest, or the wind over the plains that you had just been traveling across for the past month. And he says, "Haha! It seems that we have been successful. Here is your fork." And he hands you a fork, so you can put it in your inventory. This is a tuning fork to the world of Exandria. Plane of Exandria, sorry. So this is useful for a spell that you don't have. You technically have one of these as well. You just have never known what it is. I don't think we ever put it in your inventory. But you technically have
It's in
one
there now.
Yeah, you have a tuning fork to what it'd be the plane of Faerun. Faerun. Which came out with you when you landed, when you pulled that lever to leave Icewind Dale and come here. It fell out next to you. So retcon from 2 years ago.
We're gonna be planar travelers soon.
Yeah, you just need 7th level spells.
Yeah,
Which, what, 7th level is?
that's a while actually. I think because I can do level 5 right now.
Yeah, level 6s are at 11, and I think level 7s are
Like 2 to 3 years from now.
You guys level on average every six sessions. So, and we play relatively like 3 weeks to 1 month. So yeah, about 2 years. But yeah, he does that, and then he pulls out a scroll as well. He says, "This is the scroll that has your plane shift on it. It can use. I can cast it for you, or if you wish to try it yourself, young mage, you may as well." Ho, ho! I forgot my voice, so I have to do that to remember that I'm supposed to be loud. So you can cast it, but it could fail.
Yeah, it's probably not a great idea. Why would I want to again?
Because there's absolutely no reason besides you wanting to.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. He's like, okay. It seems your friend Clive seems to want to stay, which we are happy to have a hero of his renown stay, even if you guys cannot. We'll put him to great work defending the castle.
You will have no more rats.
Ah, that is a problem down in the sewers. So, yeah. He says, like, if there is any other business you wish to do here, please do it before we do this. It's probably like, at this point, it's probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If there's anything else you want to do, I will say anything you want to do, I'll just be making up. But if there's something you want to do in this fantasy ass town, feel free.
I think did the little dude that was in the cage, did we ever find him? What
The little
happened to him?
dude in the cage was the guy that gave you the spell scroll.
Oh, right on. Cool. Then let's rock and roll. Let's get out of here.
I did these notes so out of order. Okay, rock and roll. He says, now please join hands. You all join hands, and he says, he pulls out the scroll, and now you're just even more impressed. This guy is casting this level of spell while looking this jacked, and this guy is King Jaros is quite the imposing figure. I'll let all of you make a history check as he's casting this spell. One last try. Okay.
I can't read apparently.
Come on. One more. Oh my lord. As he's casting this spell, all of you like look at each other as you're holding hands, and it immediately clicks. Carrick, you realize why it's taken you the longest, why it's taken so long for you to do it is that every word that you hear, Gelsine, Jaros, is that it all sounds so familiar, but you are used to reading these books in Elven. And each of you, like, all kind of realize, like, oh shit, I've read stories about this place, as you are immediately ripped into a cyclone and transported off of this plane. And yeah, and you land at the same exact glade that you came from. So yeah, you all now realize that you were just in storybook land of things that you grew up in or grew up reading, like young adult novels about the heroics of King Jaros.
Oh man, we're in Animorphs.
Should we be worried about leaving our buddy back there? Probably
Yeah,
not.
that is everything now. Is like, oh shit.
Buddy is
real?
I mean,
Yeah.
I have this.
He made his
This
choices.
Yeah, but you would see like all your objects came back from the place. They don't look like they're drawn in pencil, although that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
You pull out like that necklace that used to like look this like glowing, that is now like kind of like think of like stenciled on paper circles. Yeah, never mind. Sometimes to say something, realize it's a lot cooler to say it that way. It still is functionally the same, but it just doesn't. It looks like you pulled it out of like a sketchbook. Yeah. So
We
you guys
feel like they're functional, right? They're not just like trash now.
Oh no, everything is completely functional the way it just looks different. Kind of like the Take on Me video.
I have to Google that.
What?
Take on Me
Mark.
video.
It's a music video. Speaking of, you bringing up the Buttercream Gang, Chris, what a shit movie.
I finally saw it, and I finally got to just do it in the privacy of my own house. I don't know.
My brother loved that movie.
That was
It was just like always on.
I love how all the reviews of it were like, I don't know how I got this movie, but it was there. Like, it just appeared somehow. Like some in the middle.
Everybody always has a few of those movies. I always watch the awful Dukes of Hazzard one with Johnny Knoxville. I always watch that with my friends. Don't know why. That movie's bad.
Yeah,
I've been
the Buttercream
downloading.
Gang came from Border House. It was those like subscription movies. It was that and the Paper Brigade.
I've just been downloading all these like kids movies from like way back when and just looking at them just to see them again. Three Ninjas and like I don't know what else. But yeah, they're all just
Three Ninjas, man. What a classic.
What was the best Three Ninjas movie? Three Ninjas Kick Back, or Three Ninjas Knuckle Up?
The fact that you know that there are three and all names of them.
There's actually a fourth one with Hulk Hogan in it. Three Ninjas, High Noon at something mountain. Okay, I have to look up what that one was.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, did we like them because they were bad? Is there like something about kids' movies that like you're drawn to it, or is it just like you don't have to put any effort in? Kids are just dumb and like
Kids are just dumb.
Yeah.
Guys, I was gonna say Mega Mountain, and then I stopped myself, and I would have gotten it in one. Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, starring Hulk Hogan and three different ninjas. The full movie is available on YouTube.
I forgot that this movie existed until this conversation.
Anyways, yes. So you guys are ripped back to your hometown, or not hometown, the same glade that you left. It is pitch dark, or no, it's early, not early. It's about like mid-afternoon, but you know you're in this forest where the daylight's always kind of bad, but it's not pitch dark like it was when you left. You have no clue about how much time has gone by. However, looking behind you, there is no big obsidian portal. There's nothing there. However, there are still a group of people here in some leather armor and kind of been sitting here. They just like, as you appear, you see them like jump off a log and like get in a battle position as you all make a dexterity saving throw. As you guys just got siphoned through time and space.
Danger sense.
you couldn't see it, but you knew it. So the three of you guys land okay. Felix looks so badass as he lands. He like does a flip out, 3-point lands like Black Widow, and just stands up and just brushes off some dirt that fell onto his shoulder. This big axe on his back, just looking really cool. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. That's a good little stopping point there.
Take on me.
Take on me.
Ooh. August got up at 8 this morning and wanted to go out and shovel the snow. And he went out, he was going to go out there in his pajama pants and boots and like a light jacket. And then I got mad at him because he's had this like cold that's gotten just super stuffed up. I'm like, you're going to get more sick.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And he got mad at me because I told him to go, like, you can do it in 1 hour when the sun is kind of up and it warms up a degree. But now I looked at back there and the snow has been completely cleared in our backyard. So He wanted to do it because he got a remote control car with treads, so he wants to make it jump all over this big snow mountain hill. Is TJ, is Gamer Fuel gone? I can't find it anywhere anymore.
Yeah, I know it's a limited run, so it could be.
It was a limited run. I don't know why
Yeah.
they just don't sell it year round.
Yeah, I don't know. There is, it's not accurate though, because my local Harmon's says there's a product page on the Mountain Dew website that you can like pick the product and do like a locator. And initially, my local, like my Harmon's like 2 minutes from me, said they didn't have it, and then like a couple weeks ago they popped up on it, and I've gone in and asked, and then all the managers like look around like I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, so I don't know why that's broken, but cool. The one guy yesterday or not yesterday, a couple days ago, I asked, he's like, I'm gonna ask our Mountain Dew rep because that's weird. Our Pepsi rep.
Our People's rep. August told me that there's no difference between Coke and Pepsi yesterday when we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I almost disowned him.
It's time to do a taste test.
Yes. Buffalo Wild Wings, man, it's just not that good.
It's not.
True.
Every time I'm disappointed. It's just like seems like it should be better than it is.
I got just original Buffalo yesterday, and I'm like, man, this sucks. Actually,
You have
I
way
don't know,
too many better options.
well, and I don't know anywhere in Salt Lake that makes a good original buffalo sauce. Trolley's sucks. The only good one ever was Campfire's. Campfire's buffalo sauce was good, and it doesn't exist anymore.
I wonder if Barney and Sue makes a good buffalo sauce.
I gotta go. I mean,
Um,
I just make it myself now.
Mm.
But what were
the
you gonna
baked
say?
wings place was pretty good. But I forget
Oh,
what they're called.
yeah, Wingnuts. Yeah, but Wingnuts, the only Wingnuts
Does-
is out in West Jordan.
Yeah,
That
every,
one's
all
my
the
ass.
other locations closed.
Yeah.
They did the Krispy Kreme thing, which was say, hey, we had like 3 good restaurants. Let's make 12 of them. But, oh well. Oh well. So, yeah, you guys landed in this grove. Let's see what happens here.
Has time passed since we
You
left?
You don't know yet.
I'm
Well, we do know
gonna.
because you said it's dark now.
Yeah, you would know.
We just
that
don't know
it-
how much. We don't know how much time has passed.
You would, so it is lighter than when you left. So it is a different
Oh.
time, but you don't know how much time that was.
Okay.
In fact, with that, I will have let's see.
I'm gonna full on Jumanji and just like, what year is it? Shake somebody.
Okay, do that. Each one of you roll a d8.
Wow.
Whew,
Holy
flush that out the system before we're in any combat. Woof.
I'm gonna roll 1 too, because 4 I realized isn't how much I wanted. Where's the d8? What's the d8 look like? 2 pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there. That fixes this. 10. So you guys get there. It's actually a lot lighter than you think. Like, you would think, like, just judging by it, probably about midday. You guys have been in this forest a lot, so you kind of know what it would be. It's about midday, mid-afternoonish. And it's weird and foggy. There are about 6 guards standing around you, like I said, some in the glass blade uniforms and some in the Trabians, like, normal outfit with the purple silings. And they, like, immediately put up up their spears and they say, "Only 4. There were 5 we were told that left. Where's Noxley?"
He has remains behind.
Make a charisma check. Always the first to talk.
Every time I'm like, I just like on the line of like, do I like this guy or not? Like, am I nice about this guy or not?
It's like, no. This doesn't fucking matter. I don't even know why I made you roll. They believe you. They don't care about this guy. Like, well, I would say the 2 Travian guys just like shrug, and the glass blade's like, we must stay behind. Do we trust these people? And you're just kind of now like you're getting the side eye from the 3 glass blade guards that are standing there. Christopher, you shout, where am I? When am I?
What year is it?
You've been gone for about 14 hours. Because if I didn't roll my 8, you guys would have been gone for 6 hours. While you would have been gone for like a day, 2 days. Yes, it seems after you walked through, the portal closed maybe about an hour after that. And these are the Trabian guys, and they're Zorko went back to manage the damage and the fires that had been happening and get things under control back at the camp, but left us here. Please, do you have any proof of what's happened to Clive? Do you have any remains that we can? I guess now we'll switch over. Do you have any remains of Clive if he has been staying back, or any proof of this?
Well, I can prove that he is not currently with us.
I look over at Carrick, I think, and just kind of like shake my head and hand over this letter.
They read the letter and they hand it over to the Trabian guards and says, and it has like a very specific signature and like the flair and like everything about this letter is screaming Clive Noxley. Like very like just
look, man, he loved killing rats. I think he was born to do it, and I don't think he's getting to do it up here to the level at which he needs to be doing it to have joy in
He
his
seemed
life.
really excited about sewers. I don't know. It was weird.
Okay. Well, in that case, we can finally get out of these woods. It's only been 14 hours, but being in here in any amount of time by yourself is kind of scary. So they help escort you back to the town, and there's that main bar. I can't remember what the bar was called. It had a name. It looks like a big barn. What was its name? The Shady Steeple. That's what it was called. They take you back in and they say, okay, well, we're going to go get some rest because we didn't sleep last night, having to watch an empty field in case people came back. But Zorko should be inside. Looks like most of the fires have been put out, and you see people working on repairs. And and so you guys can go into the Shady Steeple, and inside you see kind of big gruff dwarf Zorko just kind of like sending commands around and like standing in the center of the room with like a big table, like one of the like the craps table, almost like with a board on top of it, and just kind of like trying to like write out like what needs to be repaired first and all this, and kind of like just rubbing his eyes. Like doesn't look like he's had a lot of sleep today. He's like, oh, welcome back, friends. I hope the portal closed. What happened over there? Do we think we're gonna have more? Do I need to keep you guys around?
No, we're good. They're good. King, we met a king, fought a witch. No more ash people.
Straight to the point. Well, that's neat. I guess I have to take your word on it. Where's Clive?
And he didn't make it.
Ah, son of a bitch.
We gave you no. Do we want to? I'll look around. I'll kind of like thumb his portion of the 2,000 gold. Like just gonna look around. But again, the
Like, do we want to keep this or do we want to give it to them? You did give the note that said, I'm leaving this to you guys to some guards. So there's your thing. Because you did not convince them, they definitely, the guards come in like, yeah, they're right. Clive didn't, he wrote a letter and here it is. And they hand the letter over to Zorko. So no, you don't get your 2,000 gold.
okay, that's fine. We're just gonna.
That's what that
anyways.
That 3 cost you 2,000 potential gold.
We don't do anything with it anyways. So.
You guys just have a lot of money. You guys could buy a house somewhere. Yeah, so he reads the letter and he's like, okay, and he like plops the gold on there, like thumbs through it, and he's like, this is some whack ass looking gold, but he like bites it. He's like, but it'll spend. And he says, well, it looks like from here, I'm happy to give you guys the gold for the help that you gave us. That, or you can let us read here. If you watch through the town, look like there's quite a bit of repair that we've got to make, and gold always spends. So up to you guys. You guys can take it. You definitely earned it. But other than that, it looks like your friend Clive, for all the help you gave him, gave you access to their vault to choose out one item of your choice. Just not one of the top tier guys, but one of the middling ones. And it looks like, quite frankly, I'm flabbergasted. It looks like he's leaving me in charge of that vault as well as camp. Looks like it's got some letters here with some official letterheads of Uthadurn and Vellum Steeple that trying to make me being in charge here. So whatever you did to that shit heel, thanks. You can finally get around his red tape and actually build this place up a bit. So good on you.
He's going to play with the poop.
What?
I don't know. He was rambling about sewers, and
okay. He was a weird one. He seemed to be much more about administration and efficiency and less about, actually doing stuff. So good for him. Good for him if he's alive and wherever you were. Where were you, by the way? What was over there?
Carrick, what was the name of that place?
You said a witch, a king.
It's probably easier if we just leave it as we were in a portal.
Okay. Well,
it's better you don't know. Let's be honest.
Okay. Well, honestly, that's better for me. If I told people that there was some magical realm over there with fucking the 2,000 gold to be had, we'd be sending people up here all day and probably make my life a lot harder. So, less I know sounds good. Well, let me go up into Zorko's room. Or not Zorko's, that's my room. I don't talk to him about myself in the third person. It's been a long fucking day. You guys can go get a drink. Your buddy Bugs has been hard at work cleaning up those glasses. I haven't seen things so clean. And then Chonk over there, god damn, that guy's a beast. He's been building and fixing things all around the camp. He's probably somewhere out there. So yeah, get a drink. I'm gonna go up to Clive's room and knock it around until I find the key to the vault down there. So he goes up there, and you guys can go get a drink from the bartender Kraglin, who has a Jersey accent that I cannot remember how to do. And Bugs is there, like, hello, how are you?
What's up, little dude? I give him a high five.
You have to reach over the bar because he's only like he like barely comes up above the bar. Give a high five and goes, yeah, this is great. It's warm. I'm not in the middle of a frozen desert with a dragon hanging over. I love this place. Heck, they even gave me, and he holds up like 1 silver, like, I got a tip.
I toss him a gold and be like, here's another tip.
Whoa, everything's coming up, Bugs.
Oh yeah, buddy.
And he goes back to diligently, like, just cleaning the glasses and moving stuff. Kraglin looks and asks if you guys want a drink. You guys can all have drinks on the house. He says, yeah. Or no, how do we go? Nope, I can't do it. I can't even think about doing the accent. Oi, you want to drink? Nope.
That was almost Jamaican.
Aye, man. I've been trying this out. How do you like this voice? Does it make you want to have more drink?
Oh Lord.
Okay. Yeah, he asks if you want to drink. He says like, "There's going to be a party tonight. Now that like it seems you're back, portal's closed. Like at least I'm planning on making everybody have a party. It's been a shit day and shit weeks, and it sounds like from over here and you talking to the boss, that's all gonna change now. So, yeah. So it's a party tonight. Let's see. But you do have access to the vault, and you are able to claim 1 rare item out of there. A rare magical item. So if you want to look up rare magical items in some sort of chest, you can. But or I can just pick out a few for you. I guess, like, what kind of things would you want?
Magic items table major.
I want something that casts daylight.
You have something that casts daylight.
What?
Your drift globe.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's not daylight.
Oh, you want something against drow that would actually create sunlight.
Yes.
Okay, because daylight is as bright as a day, but it is not actual sunlight.
Yeah.
Sunlight, whatever.
Yeah, I do not know if there is anything besides the sun sword that does that, and that is a legendary item. Hmm. Here's one. There's the Sun Staff. Could only be used by Carrick. It would replace his spellcasting book, which would be a big detriment to him.
I don't want to be a detriment.
Yeah. I mean, it would only be a kind of a detriment. But
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
no, I'm just saying, like, of things.
I mean, maybe there could be like a spell scroll with some sort of sunlight or
There would be Sunbeam. Is there? Okay. When you say that, Zorko just kind of like finds a book and he's like, "Fuck these," and he looks like, you know, that for all his detriments, that Noxley was meticulous, and he like is flipping through, and like you said, sunlight, and he says, "It looks like they got two of these that I guess we could stop our post part with," and he brings out two triangular bottles made of opaque black glass and a hard cork stopper, and on the tag it says "Bottle of Sunlight." And it says it seems you remove this, and it's going to erupt out with about a 60-foot radius of sphere of sunlight, and then another amount of dim sunlight for additional 60 feet. Looks like it cuts through magical darkness and dispels that. But it does look like once you open it there, that's where it does. If you move the bottle from there, it's gone, and it's only able to be used once. So I would say that's the only sunlight type thing you find. It would be two bottles of sunlight.
Anyone else want anything special?
I'm not hurting for anything.
no. All I ever want is spells. So
Yeah, you guys are pretty loaded out. So it's until you want to replace things that you have, it's kind of more the usable items might be the most useful. So okay, yeah. So go ahead and put down. You have 2 bottles of sunlight.
Wait.
I was trying to remember, and I don't know if I can tell on here. Is Voltage a longsword plus 1?
It is not a +1.
Okay.
You lost the +1 to gain the extra D6 damage.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So back on.
Does somebody want to hold one of these bottles, and I'll hold the other one? I don't want to put them in the
bag of holding.
bag.
You want
And
to have
then A, forget that we have them, and B, not have them when we need them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold one.
And I would say, like, just your reasoning for wanting these, you probably want to explain. You probably all know, but
Because we want something to combat against mostly the magical darkness, because that really fucked us over multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Party tonight. What do you guys do? Each of you guys have to do something during the party. You get right. They set you up with a room upstairs. You haven't really done anything today besides get teleported 14 hours into the future or past. Really kind of weird wibbly wobbly time. You're technically 2 days older, or a day and a half older than you were when you left. But I don't try and explain. I don't know how to explain that.
We're gonna play this until we all die of old age in the game, which will have to be like 400 years old in real life. So.
Yep. So party happens. Everyone's just at the bar. It seems like everyone, like both sides are kind of partying together where they used to like kind of keep their separate sides. Zorko like kind of gives this big speech and he's like, hey guys, it's a new day for this camp. I know we've always called it like the Travian camp or the Vellum Steeple camp. We'll be thinking about a real name for this because at this point, look, we could actually create our own little business up here. You know, I'm left pretty much to my own devices by my siblings down in Shady Creek, so I have nothing to write home to. It looks like Vellum Steeple doesn't have any boss here, so they can send someone else down. But you know, we're all the people that've been doing all the work. So I think we should set this up as well as we can, and we can start, you know, trading and making our own profit. You know, we're putting our asses on the line, living out here in this shit ass wood. Maybe we can start clearing some of it, create some good lanes to trade. So we got a good little fund from our dearly departed Mr. Noxley. Everyone raises their cup, and then everyone looks at each other, then puts their cup back down. Yeah, and he's set us up to where we can, you know, probably pay our debts and leave us to be our own thing. And if people want to set up their own separate camp, they can do that. Create our own little community here, and everyone there like kind of like nods to that. They're like, hey, we've been out here like serving other people, doing all this, you know, very dangerous work, and Zorko looks like one that's going to start taking over and run this place like a real outpost, not just afterthought for two different places. So yeah, and he's like, well, with that, let's all get shit faced. And they raises his mug, and you all have a drink. And yeah, what do you guys want to do? There's gambling. There's that. You guys can just, if you don't want to do anything, just go to sleep. The floor is yours. Chonk's come back in. Chonk is hanging out with you and like pats you on the back. He's like, looks. What was Chonk's voice? Chonk's voice was just Zorko's voice, wasn't it? Everyone that we like is just a gruff male. Looks like you did pretty good. Sorry I had to stay behind. It looks like you had a good amount of fun. And find anything dangerous back there that you need me to take off your hands? If not, I'm gonna go drink some water because trying not to get too drunk. I did spend 13 years like that, so maybe keeping it down might be a good idea. So
I'm gonna give him the RC Cola root. That helps him out.
It's like, do I just chew on this?
No idea.
He just starts chewing on it. He's like, well, it's something. And just starts chewing on this root and just goes and just starts Bugs is diligently cleaning. He's like, lost my buddy too. So he just goes and starts like playing cards with some people that he had been working with during the day. So yeah, anything else anyone else wants to do?
At the party?
Yeah.
Definitely not.
You can go and scribe some spells. I'll give you 3 hours of spell scribing.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'll say you can only do 3 hours. You could probably do more if you wanted to, but there's not the materials that you need up here to do everything you need. So, Yep. Anything else from the other two of you? People you want to talk to? Anything like that?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. If not, Zorka comes up to probably the three of you because Carrick has done his the most amount of social interaction he can do for a day, and he's off writing his spells. And he says, "Okay, so I got to send some people down to Shady Creek tomorrow, so you're welcome to hitch a ride with them. They should be able to get you there a lot faster. And gonna probably ask essentially what I told you guys, everyone here right now, send them down with a letter of resignation, but we're sending a bunch of the findings here, kind of clean out our vaults a bit, keep what we need to build this place up, and start that up. So they should be able to get you down there. We're welcome to stay. Ruins out there are teeming with treasure if you want to, but it sounds like you got places to be. So at least if you hitch a ride with them, they'll get you down there quick. And can't thank you enough. Been waiting for kind of a reason to jump ship and go out on my own. It's going to be hell for a bit, but Uthadurn's far enough away; they aren't going to do anything soon. And quite honestly, my siblings down in Shady Creek are a little yellow bellied, and they aren't going to come up here too much. So, thanks all for everything you did. Okay.
You betcha.
Good job. That is your reward for not allowing Clive to die and having him stay. This place is now independent. Good job not having him die, even though you wanted him to the whole time.
When did we say we wanted him to die?
I am positive that Carrick has said he wants him to die.
Just because there's no Okay, never mind.
I'm pretty sure Carrick was actively pushing him towards ways to die.
Yeah,
Carrick
I think you're right.
to come with you so he would die.
I know, that's why I stopped fighting against it. I think you're right. He's surely going to die in a sewer.
To a giant rat.
Well, who knows? Who knows? He has the rat's bane sword.
Yeah, he's definitely done for now. He's probably it's been what, 14, probably 24 hours now since we've
He's
been
gonna
back.
try and stab him with that short sword, and it's just not gonna even pierce like a rat, and it's gonna kill it.
It bends. It's actually a stage sword.
Aluminum.
Yeah, it's probably been since you left. Yeah, it's been about a day. So
Yeah,
we are
he's
now
dead already.
He's dead. He's dead already. Yep.
Been a week in their time. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is now the 24th of Quinn Pilar. You have 49 days to get back to
49
no,
days to
23rd,
get back
sorry.
to
Back to Zadash,
Zadash.
49 days. I have a whole bunch of notes on that before when we get there. But yeah, so you guys are sent back the next day. You're kind of helping guard like this cart that is quite full of materials and findings. Another cart with a fair amount of the glass blades went up, started heading towards Etherdurn as well. It seems like with the same sort of message that, hey, we are claiming our independence. Come fight us if you want, but you're not going to, type things. And yeah, so that they both go off and you're with them. So instead of taking the what it should have taken, what is 159 miles divided by 25?
Gonna be 6 point something.
Yeah, instead of taking 6 days, you guys get there in 3 days. Like, these cart drivers know the land, and you have enough people around you to where like any incursion is immediately scared off. So we don't need to roll fights or anything like that unless you guys want to roll on a random table. Up to you. But yeah, have enough people to do that. And dang it, I hate that you have to click something else to get rid of the measurement tool. I wish you could just have it close. Yeah, so you guys are coming in to Shady Creek about midday. We'll wait for Jake. Has it been a mild winter in Philly, Chris?
We got like maybe a millimeter of snow before it melted.
Yeah, I don't know what winter is there normally. It's just been so warm here.
Yeah,
And
I haven't noticed any difference between any East Coast city. Like they're all the same.
It's all the same.
The winters are all the same. Yeah, Boston or DC are basically the same.
Yeah, it's just been a wildly different year than last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Christmas we were up in Heber and just my mom went and bought a bunch of sleds for the kids to go on. There was no snow.
Jake is back.
Yep. August got a 3D printer. I tried to print a D&D mini, but you need to be. It was too big, so then I sized it down, and then it just came out as just like half a thing, and then just swirls above it. Because it's meant for kids. Like, it's all done through an iPad app. Like, he can do it all himself. It's actually so it's like not super high quality, but he loves it. And like just drawing things and printing things out.
Nice.
It's a fun little hobby. Okay. Yeah, so you guys arrive in Shady Creek. It's about midday. The trading people with you break off early because the like main house of their camp is actually up in the woods a little bit. But they send you down, and as you guys are going down, can I get a perception check from Christopher and Carrick? No. What's everyone's passive perception? Hold on, I got it.
15.
From Sorry. Yeah, Felix and Christopher, go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah, you guys both easily notice like some kids as you're kind of like going through town, especially like one of you is on a moose still, which gonna have to figure that out when you go back into civilization when you're just riding a giant moose. You just see a whole bunch of kids like see you, and then they like you notice them like not like scatter out of fear, like scatter out of like, oh, I gotta go do something. So you see like 5, 6 kids immediately go and do that as you kind of walk in. And then as you get about like to the very north end of town, ooh, we actually have a map for Shady Creek, don't we? Hold on. Where's the Shady Creek map? Yeah, so you guys, as you get back to about to in town, like at this north part of town, like right here, before we break off over to the Mardoon camp, you are approached by 2 people you recognize. Does anyone remember the name of the 2 kids that you met in Shady Creek Run a year ago? 1 second.
Carrick's murder lightning bolt was not Shady Creek, right? That was
No,
Dash.
that was not even
Or that was
Dash.
that was further south. Yes, yes, okay.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
That was also like children, so.
Anyways,
I don't
they were
think
the
I
people.
have it.
They were the people that tried to steal from Christopher. Or
Oh, I
did
definitely
steal.
recognize them.
Yeah. Hank and Harrison.
Do I have it in here? Oh, I do have it in here. I wrote Harrison, dirty mustache.
Yeah, 2 just dirty little kids like, hey, you guys made it back. We had bets going on, and we thought you would make it, but we got Johnny downtown. He said there's no way those fools come back after you guys left. So we're gonna get a few silver out of that. You guys need a guide? It's been how long has it actually been? It's been over a month since you left. There might have been 2 months of like in-game time. I'd have to look, but yeah, it's probably been about 2 months, or a month between a month and 2 months since you guys left Shady Creek originally. And so, do you want a guide? We can get you down to the landlocked lady. It'll just cost you a silver. And they reach out their hand.
Assume we just keep walking by these kids, right?
Okay. If you guys keep
Watch
walking
your back. Watch your back.
I'm teetering
Just take sticks and
because I'm supposed to be a holy individual.
I cast a Wand of Scowls on Dirty Mustache.
Dirty Mustache on Harrison.
Yeah.
Okay, so he makes a DC 10 save. He fails and he immediately starts frowning like, "What the fuck, dude?" But he's like having a hard time talking because he's in this perpetual frown for the next minute. And he's like, "Well, fuck you guys, we're following you anyways." And they're walking behind you, and they just start.
Are they following too closely?
How
How closely are they following?
They're like up in whoever, like right in the middle of all of you guys, so that you guys can all hear them.
So
I throw him a bar of soap.
if they, I'll just maybe we roll for it so it's a random. But if they get I'm like pulling Steve with me. If they get a little too close, maybe Steve kicks a small child.
Okay. Okay. No, they make just as you're doing that, do a intimidation check.
Who?
So they'll do insight. These kids are smart. Yeah, they realize that you're not joking. And they walk next to you guys and they just start gossiping. They're like, it's kind of cool seeing these people. Like, you guys honestly look like worse for wear, but also like Christopher's hammer is glowing in fire. You have these gauntlets that have these gold plates on them. You all look different than when you left, like by a substantial amount. Like, probably all look like bearded in some, except for probably, I don't know if Carrot can grow a beard.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but all look like you had gone out there and you probably have some stories to tell. So they're just kind of like excitedly following you guys as adventurers and like giving you some gossip. It's like, oh yeah, your friends down at the landlocked lady, that pasty skin sickly guy, Swinton, and that blue dragon man, what's his name? Tiburon. Yeah, they've become fast friends. They've been seemingly working, scheming, fiddling, not scheming, but like fiddling with stuff and making things, and everybody's been kind of watching. They've been holed up in the same room for however long you guys been gone. So hopefully, maybe you should check in with them. I know you. Yeah, there's that. What about you? What you guys do? Anything fun? Anything cool and adventurous?
Killed a lot of people.
Ooh. That's sad. Were they bad?
Probably.
They go, They just kind of like, okay, that's neat. Anything besides people? Any monsters? Any monsters that we know the woods are super dangerous? See anything in the woods? See anything in the tundra?
Look, we killed lots of things, lots of monsters. I can't remember all of them. lots of rats.
Rats! We kill rats every day. How do you think we got this hardy?
The rats are as big as you are.
I will give you 10 silver pieces apiece to leave us the fuck alone.
So 1 gold each to leave them alone?
Yeah.
Oh, fine. And they hold out their hands like, you won't get to know the other gossip then.
I don't need your gossip. We gotta go find our things. I give them each a gold.
Things? Is that what you're referring to? Swinton has your things?
Our people.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so they take their gold and they walk off, and you guys are able to find the landlocked lady easy enough. It's that upside down boat, essentially, in the middle of the clovers. And yeah, you guys go in, and as you guys walk in, it has that same like pit. It has like that where you guys won money racing those lizards, a bunch of bars, an upper floor with a whole bunch of kind of women leaning over, like cat calling you guys. Come up, and there in the center is Tiburon and Swinton, like having like a small like lunch meal and talking with each other. And they seem like
my man.
They deep in conversation. You say that, and Swinton looks over. It's like, they're here. And he gets this big smile on his face. And Tiburon looks up and is like, oh, yes, they finally have made it back. Oh. And,
Yeah, we're back, dudes.
and they say, wait here. Here. And Tiburon like waves his finger and gets you guys a round of beers. And he goes, Swinton and I will be right back. We have quite the thing to show you. And they both run up to a room up on the second floor. You see them like nod at the ladies as they're trying to like squeak by. They're like knowing the ladies are talking shit because they've been here this whole time and have never used these services. And they come back out with this big satchel and kind of just this like big leather satchel in front, and as they're running down the stairs you can hear some jangling. And he goes, yes, you see, using that money you gave us, I started my own thing, and my good friend Tiburon here was able to use a little bit of his own funds to help me create something to show us how invaluable we'd be if you take us with you. And he pulls out, and you had asked him primarily for potions, and he goes, like, well, first of all, I do have these, and he pulls out 4 potions, 3 potions of greater healing, and 1 regular potion.
We just each take one of those and.
Yep. So one person just gets a regular, the other 3 get a greater.
I'll take one of the graders.
Yeah, I'll take one of those graders too.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, Carrick gets one of the lesser healings because he doesn't get hit, and I get hit more than he gets hit.
Carrick doesn't get the greater because he had to have one last time. And he says, now, but this, and Tiburon, yes, so this is what we spent the past couple weeks on, and you will be quite impressed with this. I'm sorry, we probably could have made another potion or 2, but we felt this would be much more useful to you. And they pull out, and there's this leather band, and it's like three. It's a ring, but it's a leather, like hard leather ring, and it's like a 3 woven in 3s, kind of like a braid. And down the center line, it is red. Dread is like, so you see, I've concocted this with his medical expertise and my small, enchanting background from back in the day in Draconia. We've created this item. We call it the contingency band. You see, here, this will be the best way to demonstrate it. Swinton, please allow us to demonstrate. Swinton puts the ring on, and he says, who wants to hit me? Knock me out.
I just I crack my gloves together.
Really?
Really hit you?
Are you going to use your crack your knuckles together to grow 12 feet?
No,
Or...
just sort of playfully.
Yes. He says, yes, hit me, knock me out.
I kind of look at everybody like hit you or like hit you.
Hit him.
Knock me out.
All right.
So just roll an unarmed attack roll. Yep, you definitely hit. Now roll 1d4 plus 5.
Oh, I only did plus 4.
No, because it shouldn't even be plus 4. It should be plus 6. Because it's plus your strength, which is plus 6. So add to 9 damage. You crack him on the jaw. He drops to the ground, hits his head, and then immediately goes like, "Oh fuck!" and but pops he's out for just 1 second, and then he pushes himself up and goes, "Ha ha!" And he shows, and he says he takes the ring off, and you can see now it's just 3 brown leather bands. He says, "You see, when something that would knock you out would hit you, you can soak this ring in one of those potions, and it'll absorb it, and as you hit the ground, it'll immediately release its juices, reviving you and bringing you back to be. Quite neat, isn't it? I almost need one just so I don't die everywhere I go. I've been wearing it for a bit."
So you only have one.
"We have one, but if you take us with you, perhaps we could make more."
And you have to like potion soak it to like recharge it.
Yeah, so it essentially takes a potion, puts it into the band, and then I'm on the fence about how to use it. There's either you can use a reaction to automatically use it, or if you fall unconscious, it'll automatically be used. I'll let you guys choose which of those you want it to do.
I was trying to decide how smart Thel was to understand that it hadn't recharged, because I was thinking I was maybe going to punch him again. But Thel was smart today.
So yeah, I'll let you guys choose what effect you want it, since they made this for you. I'll let you choose if you would rather it. You can use it at any time as a reaction after you've taken damage, or when you are knocked unconscious, it automatically is used.
Is this kind of like a relentless endurance sort of thing on the second option?
For you, it'd be like your relentless endurance, where if you're knocked out, you immediately come back to 1, but it would expend this potion. So if you had a greater healing potion in it, it would expend that, and you'd get what?
Cool.
8d4 plus 8, or no, 4d4 plus 4. So, or just anytime you take damage and don't want to do that, you could just use your reaction to do it. So just choose which one you want. And yeah.
Or you use a potion to just like make us fly or something. We just
this is
knocked out, and then it would make us fly. Like it wouldn't bring us back.
No, it will only absorb things that would heal you or things like that. I would say if it's a reaction version one, it could absorb things like antitoxin. So if you got poisoned, you could use your reaction. So if it's the revive one, it only takes health potions. If it's the other one, you could use it for anti-venom, anti-poison, antidote type things.
Yeah, revive sounds pretty good.
Load it with martyrdom grenades from Call of Duty.
Yes. Boom!
Ha! You've knocked me out, but explosion.
Yeah, so whatever you guys want. One has a bit more utility, one's much more I don't know. However you want to look at it.
Yeah, I think we give this to whoever dies the second most. Or give another relentless endurance feat.
Yes, essentially it can give you a better relentless endurance.
Yeah. Who's died the second most? I think I've died the most, right?
Yes.
So I already got mine, which is good. So yeah, whoever dies the second most, I think should. Is it Thel or?
Thel very rarely falls down, and he can heal himself.
Yeah, and I've got my wound closure. Well, I need to enchant it, but I've got my gem on my chest plate that does parafet of wound closure, where it could stabilize me if I'm down.
0. It doesn't take you up to 1, but it at least
it stabilizes me. Yeah, so I don't know that I am not probably the most dire need of it.
Maybe Carrick then?
I mean, I definitely don't die that much, but
if you look at the last fight, you went down, and then if you're out of the fight, that's a huge amount of damage.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, the people that would make the most sense for in the reviving would be the two of you. The thing that would make the most sense for healing as a reaction would be the other two, except for Christopher has about 70 good reactions he can do. So, okay, we'll just say Chris or Carrick, you get it, and it upon being knocked out, it will revive you, and you can call that
this thing, or
the contingency band.
Does
From
it
the Griffin-
require attunement?
No, it does not.
well, yeah, that would have been a problem.
No, as I look at items now, I'm looking for ones that do not require attunement because, yeah. They will say this though, that we did soak some of our own money into making this. If we choose to part with this to you for free, do you promise to at least take us down to Zadash and perhaps hire us as hirelings so we can prove our worth to you as we go down? It will cost you, we were thinking, 1 gold a day per person, and we will continue to make potions as we can and perhaps be able to enchant more of these things for you. Yes, I have some other ideas, and between the two of us working together, our minds are sharp as tacks, and we can come up with great other useful items for you. Perhaps make another one of these bands that you could use.
Perhaps we've judged Swinton a little too harshly.
Swinton.
I thought you didn't want to go back to Zadash, though. I thought.
Yes, I thought that there would be greener pastures up here, but quite honestly, if I did not have that band the past week, I would have died twice. The only time I have ever been safe is when you are around. So I would gladly join your retinue, and perhaps when we get down to Zadash, if you want to continue our employment, we can do that. And if you want to send us on our way, perhaps we'll even go down to the coast and open up a business there.
More the merrier. And I give Swinton a bone-crushing hug. That's not too hard because I actually rolled well again for my own self-roll.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So you guys have offered to take them with you. Do you want to employ them though? Do you want to use their services?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do we have to decide
throw
now,
in a-
or can we decide when we get to Zadash?
No, it would be if you can decide once you get down to Zadash, but they would be like, if you choose to, they would be doing work for you the entire trip down to Zadash.
Yeah, I'll do a down payment for the trip at least.
Okay, the trip. The trip is. How many days is the trip? The trip is.
I'm gonna just give them 3 platinum pieces to split between them because now I'm even. I can make everything nice and even round numbers.
So the trip to Zadash is going to take 27 days if you don't stop. So to get down there would be 60 gold pieces of paying them. So it'd be 6
3.
platinum.
Yeah, so there's half. I'll do half to start. But yeah, and I also wanted to get. They were gonna look. I want to know how to make potions too.
Yeah,
And
they can help you with that. That would probably affect their efficiency, but Swinton can definitely help teach you.
Cool.
So, okay, so you guys have agreed to that. Someone else mark off 30 gold pieces if you want to pay them. That would be enough to pay them all the way there. Technically, 27 times 2 is 54, so 24 gold pieces.
I'll do it.
And say that. So kind of what you get from this, from your hirelings, is Swinton can help make potions and do other medicine. Like if you need like a medicine check on things, he's proficient in, can help you. Tiburon is can help you enchant things or re-enchant. So like your breastplate, he could re-enchant things. Both of these, besides their normal pay, require some sort of upfront money, but it's a lot cheaper than if you were doing it in town. So they'll like on their normal days, or if they don't have like money to do things, they might gather stuff or do simple things. But if you don't give them money to do the things that they want them to do, obviously they can't do it, but they're being paid anyways. Does that sound fair for your hirelings? Because they can't just make potions out of nothing. So he said, well, thank you so much. Yes. Oh, thank you for taking us down there. We were trying to plan, if this didn't go, how we were going to make the long trek, because we are just two quite frail humans and dragonborn. So thank you, and we can talk again once we get to Zadash. I thank you. Yes. I promise you this time I will not be kidnapped by bandits or anything like that. Thank you.
We're not saving you again. I've grown to like you enough. But
the guy that you hate so much, even though he's the only reason Christopher is alive. Well, see, I think you grew fond of Swinton now because you just had to deal with Clive for 3 days. Yes. Well, when do you plan to leave? It is, obviously too late to leave today, but perhaps if we are looking to leave tomorrow or the next, we can supply up for things here that we could perhaps get a jump start on some work for you as we head down to Zadash. Yes, please tell me. So, is there anything you want to fund them with immediately to work on?
I would like them to make me a cup of coffee.
Oh, and they Timon raises his hand and orders a cup of coffee from the bar and has it brought over and gives them the 1 copper it costs. Of course. It's only nice. You are doing us such a favor. I can grab this round. In fact, he orders a pot so everyone can have 2 o'clock coffee. Okay. As you guys are sitting there, have your coffee. Think about what you might want them to do. We can talk. Like, don't need to make the decision right now. As you come in, a messenger, a little kid comes in, like tugs on probably Fell. Who's the least intimidating looking of you 4?
I think we know that one. Yeah.
Physically, probably me or Felix.
I think like just from like I think Carrick probably always has a scowl.
Yeah,
He has resting bitch face 100%.
Totally. Like I'm the less like physically like powerful looking, but I don't look friendly.
You look the least approachable.
Yeah.
So I guess by default it would be me because
I think so, because Christopher is just ripped, has a giant hammer, a sleeveless fur coat, just looks gruff, and Fell is just a monster of a man. Fell's probably the nicest of you guys, but comes up to you, Felix, and says, Sir, a message from Miss Mardoon, and holds up this little letter to you, and then holds out their other hand.
I give him a high five.
Full on Rob Schneider, Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2. He goes, motherfucker, and just runs off. You get this short letter, and it says, it just kind of asks to see you before you head out. And it says, happy to know you guys were all safe in your endeavors. I hope it was successful. Word about town says the Trabians might be losing a source of income, so that's great for me. And I think that might be all you're doing, because you seem to do nothing but good things for me and my family. Please come visit before you leave, just so I can give my thanks in person and to perhaps talk to you a bit about the future.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's midday. You can get up there. It'll take about half an hour, 45 minutes to walk up there. Your horses and moose are boarded. The people boarding the moose have no fucking clue what to do with this thing. So normally it would cost like a silver to board them. This thing's costing 3. It's just it's very obedient. It handles exactly like a horse, but it like barely fits in the stalls that they're doing. So
It has to like turn its head to get its horns in there.
yeah, they open up, they like roughshod cut a window open so it can just put its head outside of it. But yeah, everything's boarded. But walking up there, yeah, it takes 25 minutes, and you guys get to the gates. Similar as last time you were here, people kind of recognize you. Once again, you guys look a little bit more worse for wear, but yeah, they lead you in, and I guess we'll wait for TJ to get back before we go to that, and I will get something to eat. Snack time. Yeah, I mean, whatever you're ready.
DJ, how's that baby?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Doing okay. He had his 4-month vaccines on Friday, so he's been a little fussy this weekend. So
Yeah, big kid like that. And then they get loud. You only have one though. My kids, man, they do not stop yelling.
just feed off of each other.
It's constant.
So, you guys are led into the the estate subratic. I think that's the word. And as you walk in, you come into that main foyer that has the stairs going up to two different sides of this big old manor house. And standing at the top of the stairs is the very beautiful and imposing figure of Ophelia Mardoon, pale like ashen skinned tiefling with horns that curl backwards and then straight up into the air, terminating in very sharp points, wearing a very beautiful red gown that's cut low, a little like fur like shoulder thing on because it is like as you guys have noticed, the temperature has not been getting any warmer even as you travel south. You are right on the edge of winter at this time, kind of like that late mid-November or late October, mid-November time. So like right on the edges, and especially this far north, definitely right on those edges. So comes in and says, "Welcome, my five guys." Or is that still what you go by?
I mean, the four daddies now.
Sorry, real quick.
Interesting choice.
Court needs some help with you, so I'm gonna bounce a little early today. I'll leave the stream on, Scott. Just text me when we're done, and I can turn it off.
Okay, sounds good.
So.
Anyways,
Daddies.
four daddies. That's at least the numbers right. I'm not sure if any of you have some children out there in the world or that, but regardless, it's nice to hear you have a new pseudonym. I assume there's a good reason. But anyways, come up to my office. Let's chat. Tell you what's been going on since you've left, and you can regale me with what you've done. Because things are in motion here, and I'm quite excited about it. So she brings you up to your office. You guys kind of tell her everything or whatever you want to while you're up there. And she intently listens and nods, and she says, Well, yes, things have been busy around here as well. My brother Rufus ran with his tail between his legs not too long ago. Said he needed some time down on the coast or in the city to get wipe the bad taste of loss out of his mouth uh, before he returns. So it's been nice. It's been quiet. I haven't had to listen to his pestering and that. As far as the other families, Jagoda is rapidly setting up more hunts out into the wilderness. He's quite the talk of the town now ever since he brought back that head of the Hydra you helped him with. So good on that. And they're staying out of our business now because it seems they have a new one. Travian's problems seem to be solved, but they now have new ones that you seem to have created. So thank you again on that. The Jagantods still suck ass. They still aren't really much of anything anymore. I don't have to even worry about them. And with all those families placated, the business from us is up and running again. We've closed down some of our less scrupulous things, and now are full bore into pursuing new business ventures. One of them, you are so interested in. I'm very excited to see you win against my brother and his lot down in Zadash. In fact, I think I will come and join for the ceremony or the presentation of winnings in about a week. And with that, I said, if you wish to stay here for a week and relax, I'm happy to put you up at the lady and pay all expenses. And then you may travel with me in the week. But I understand if you want to get home sooner than that. I just wanted to give my sincere thanks for everything that you have done for me and the Mardoon family. Know that while not in your debt, we will always be looking to you favorably. My coat. I don't know that. Might be in the car. Nope. Nope. So yeah, just says that. You guys are welcome to wait a week here and travel with her, or you can head out as soon as possible. Or if you have any questions for her, go ahead and ask them. Okay. If not, what do you guys want to do? What are your next steps? You're here in Shady Creek. You have, what do you say? It took you 3 days to get down here. So you have 46 days to get down to Zadash, and we know it'll take about 27 to get there.
And we never get distracted by anything.
I know. I almost think that we should not delay it to the last minute, because we'll probably find something to take that extra time on the way.
Yeah, and you already know there are places that you could stop by. Just thinking, like, there's Spuds that you could stop by, and there's that replicator thing that you used last time that didn't quite work how you wanted it to. You could go to Hupperduke and see Rissa and Clef Tinkertop. Although you do know that is the place that you ran away from, and so you're considered dead, but there are certain people that are going to remember you, and it might be difficult. There's the collapsed Mage Tower if you wanted to go.
How do you not like that?
It's hard to know if that's real or AI, but it looks real.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
What did I miss something?
It's on the Slack.
Oh. Hold on. Kindle cover disasters. That's funny. Yeah, there's a Clapped Mage Tower, which who knows if there's anything there. There's that Drow Cave that you could go check in again. And there's anywhere else on the map that you guys would like to check out on your way down. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff to do on your way out. So if we say it's going to take 27 days, you have 43 left. So what is 43 minus 27? Or 46 minus 27? 19.
Yeah.
Or you can just spend 19 days in stash relaxing. So. Choosing to head out now or hang out here for a while?
Before, I was looking through my notes. I'd like to see what Ophelia can tell me about Marith, if anything, other than who she is.
Yeah, let's see. Let's roll. Let's see what would she know. We'll give her advantage on this roll because kind of run in the same world. That's cocked. Same number. She doesn't know a lot. She knows that just by normalcy, like knows that they're part of the Myriad, knows that they're kind of run Diastock. Kind of a pompous person, but has never seemed to be able to rise ranks, has just kind of been stagnant in this. Diastock's a big town, but it's kind of on the outskirts of anything interesting. It's a lot of like illegal wine running and nothing of import that's going to move them up. Yeah, that's kind of all that she knows. She's never worked with them. But definitely, oh no, don't do that.
I'm still listening.
I just want to say it has 4.1 stars on Amazon.
Top video.
Like I've read. Oh, it's video.
No, he turned me off. He didn't want to look at it.
It's a little distracting when you're trying to narrate and make things up.
Sorry,
There's just
sorry.
this man's nipples and chains looking at me.
4.1. We might be missing out. I don't know.
Hey, that'll be our next book club book.
It's rated high.
Yeah, that's kind of all that she knows. She doesn't know a ton about him, just that kind of has been a stagnant, like kind of middle level dude forever.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm gonna go buy some rope.
I would say, with you asking that though, you do remember though that Marith does have some leverage over you because he's the one that made sure you didn't get thrown in prison when Tarek murdered a nobleman's son.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll give you that with that insightful question. Yeah. So other than that, you guys just gonna kind of bed down and go out, or decide what you want to maybe pay or we can maybe wait until the end on that, since other people that would want to throw in gold aren't here. About what your friends do on the travel. Unless there's a specific thing someone wants to front the money for something for them. Okay.
I specifically want them to make me coffee every morning.
Okay, they'll do that. That is how they're earning their 1 gold if they aren't doing something else.
Okay.
1 gold cups of coffee. But actually, let's make a roll for, how good is this coffee? Oh, that's not good coffee to begin with. Day 1, very bad coffee.
Okay.
Okay, well, you guys rest through the night. You supply up for the 27 days to go down, and Swinton and Tiburon get their items to help you with. Like I said, we'll talk about that later. And you start heading south out through that. I would say you probably would want a wagon at this point. I think you have enough horses to pull one. I don't know what your horse situation is anymore.
We have a moose.
Yes, you have a moose.
Where are our horses' names? Where are they?
Bullwinkle, and then everything that's Steve related is what I
We had a
remember.
couple that were not Steve related.
Yes.
Steph, Steve, Gravy, Bullwinkle, and Stephanie. I don't remember what happened to all of them, or if we have
a lot
all
of them died in the gorge.
A lot of them died. Okay, well, how many of them
You
died?
think 2? No. All those are the ones because you used to have more.
Oh, these are the ones that are left then.
Yeah.
It's funny because there are 4 of us and we have 5 rideable.
Yes, because you had 6 horses, but one of them died.
Okay.
Or 2 of them died, and you replaced one with Gravy. I don't remember. They're expendable.
Apparently so.
So yeah, you would have enough if you wanted to buy a small cart for Swinton and Tiburon to ride in. Or yeah, so small
I'll front
cart.
for that. How much does
Okay.
that cost?
Cart costs Vart. Mounts and vehicles. Cart is going to cost 15 gold pieces, or you could get 100 gold piece carriage. It can hold more, but up to you.
No, we'll just get a cart. I want them to be comfortable, but not too comfortable.
Yeah, so 15 gold pieces, you're able to like load all of your extraneous gear there, be a lot less, a lot more comfortable riding. Oh, there's also a wagon that would be covered. And that's 35 gold pieces.
Let's do that. We'll
Yeah. Okay, so you have like a covered wagon, like think just your normal ass covered wagon. Has a back door, kind of flat, but it's like a completely enclosed cabin in there. So if people wanted to rest, and you could hide things in there. Yeah, so you get that, and now you guys are heading south. First thing that you're going to need to do is pass through the Quanah Breach, which, as you remember last time, I'm sure, you were kind of hustled down. Christopher jumped up on top of a wall and then immediately jumped back down after he realized about 40 people were going to attack him. So yeah,
we have the 4 of us in the back and have Swinton kind of take the pass through. Is there any way we can hide in the back? What if we put up the tent, the mini hut, in the back of the wagon?
I mean, you would still have 4 other large ass animals walking with this dude, including a giant moose.
Okay. I mean, are we keeping the moose? Whose moose is it? I don't even remember how we got the moose.
It is your moose.
It's my moose?
Yeah, you became friends with him because remember you smelled really bad, so they made you go hang out with the in the pasture.
Well, Bullwinkle can stay in Shady Creek Run.
Okay, you trade him for just a regular. I would say you could actually trade him for.
Can I trade him for the cart?
I bet we can make a really nice stew out of him.
You need another. You need another horse.
We don't. We have Steph, Steve, Gravy, and Stephanie.
And then you need one to pull the cart.
Okay.
Wait.
So we'll trade Bullwinkle.
Yeah, you trade Bullwinkle, and you can get. I need to look at the types of animals you can get. Again.
Why do we hate Bullwinkle?
We don't. It's just he's not conspicuous in any way.
We are not an inconspicuous group.
All right, that's fair. Let's keep Bullwinkle. Fuck it.
Okay. You might have. We'll deal with that later. You might have trouble getting into a big ass city with a giant moose, but
I like the fact that he's like somewhat, tamed.
Yes. He is normally used by orcs up in the wildlands.
Oh, I guess that's true because he came from there.
Yeah.
He wasn't a wild moose.
No. Yeah. So, you guys start heading down, and you get to the breach. As you are approaching, the doors are open, but there are guards. There are about 20 or so guards, and they're all kind of wearing the colors of the Udalots. So like a burgundy, not a burgundy. It was purple for them. This would be like kind of a green markings over their leather armor. And as you approach, there's a small dwarf who you all recognize immediately as Jareth Mugcrush, the guy who tried to shake you down for 250 gold last time you came through. And then you swindled him, and he's like, it seems you've returned. Please, so we can keep this fort and Shady Creek Run, who you seem to be very big stars in now, can pass through, and we can keep it safe for you going forward. Please pay the toll. And he holds out his hand. He's like, as you remember, it is 250 gold.
We paid this
We're gonna
time?
be shake. No, we did not.
You paid a different amount last time.
Yeah, we're not gonna pay 200 gold.
I know you're going to pay 250.
No, we're gonna pay what we paid last time.
Which was
75.
Yeah. Go ahead and intimidate or persuade.
Okay.
I'll say with advantage because you're a friend of his boss, and
Said this. What was it? Intimidation or what?
or persuasion, whichever one you want.
Okay. They're both a +1, so. Oh, you said with advantage though. Thank God. Dude. Why would I do intimidation? It makes no sense for me to do intimidation ever.
You're 115 pounds soaking wet. With a 14 says, okay, we'll call it 100 this time because I know last time you got out dirt cheap. And you want us to be safe up here. It's war times. You don't know when people might be trying to crash through here to rob the wealth of Shady Creek. This guy's just stumbling over his words.
I think honestly, you're the one that wants to be safe. 75 gold.
Okay. 75 gold, so at that 14. Do you do anything to show him you're serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna hmm. Can we confer and make maybe Kara can press the digitation some cool shit.
Yeah, sure.
I have thaumaturgy.
And Swinton are in the carriage or the cart, the wagon up behind, just like looking at each other, like.
I use prestidigitation to soil his clothes.
Okay, we'll say that happens I will say that's the 14 on the intimidation, and he immediately looks down. He's like, "Huh?" And an odd odor emanates from him of piss, and the people next to him do notice, and they're like, "Jarenth, you're afraid of him? Look at that! Jarenth pissed his pants because of that tiny dude." And yeah, you get away for. He's like, "Fine, fine, fine. Just drop the gold and go, and he like kind of like runs away.
Cool. 75 gold.
You do, but you still leave the 75 gold on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it. We just embarrassed the shit out of him.
The piss out of him.
Yeah, the piss.
Okay, the moment you
How
guys.
much? Do you remember how much we paid last time?
I'd have to go look at.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew offhand.
You were like, I think 75 sounds about right. Here, it shouldn't take me. It should just take me a second to find it. That should have been like session 20.
How much was that per person?
Oh, I just paid it. Don't even sweat it.
Oh,
You guys
I was
all
gonna
have
leave
so
it
much
in
money.
silver and copper. So
You're just trying to get rid of.
Oh yeah, definitely paid all in copper.
That's a good idea, actually.
I've got 16 gold's worth of copper. So or silver of silver. I can leave 16 gold worth of silver.
Okay.
You could take that out.
You guys paid 50 gold last time.
Ah, man.
We still went up.
And when you guys came through here last time was session 18 on 11/6/2022.
Wow.
So you guys have been gone into north of the Empire for a year and 2 months. Holy moly. Yeah, we are. So that was session 18, and we are on session 35 now. So, anyways,
I did not realize it had been that long.
yeah, think of all the things that you did. So as we cross here, I will take a little break because you guys all immediately, as you walk through, feel suddenly super powerful, and you guys have leveled up to level 10. Welcome back into the Empire, into actual civilization. Since you have left, you have made friends with the Mardoons, made friends with the Udalots, defeated a Hydra, reclaimed part of the Savalier Wood, helping some druids, won the vote for Ophelia to win and get your note for Felix. You left. You went to a giant ghost thing where you had to fight a bunch of things in the middle of an icy cold. You went to Barafka. You participated in their storm ceremony. You went through a gorge with a frost salamander. You went through a giant maze. You went through the trials of the forge. You came back and helped Barafka rid itself of the war camps of the Jezaraz. You saw a spear disappear out into the mountains. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys also have Bugs and Chonk with you. Oh, not Bugs, but just Chonk.
Oh yeah, he's coming with us, huh?
Yeah, he's coming
Forgot
with
about
you at least to Zadash
Okay.
because
Damn.
he is looking for. You guys kind of gave him some insight that wherever that spear fell was probably out in the. On this map, you can see Mount Matiri, Comorda, Volantim, Bromkin Hills. Somewhere in that area is kind of where your best guess of where it kind of fell into is. But anyway, you robbed a dragon of its boat after that boat fell from the sky. You were teleported to a different dimension, saved said dimension, came back, and now you are back. So that is quite a few things that you've done.
And we went through the dragons. We almost we escaped the dragon.
Yes.
We almost beat a dragon.
With all of that, you have gone from, I think we got here at level 7, and you're leaving at level 10. XP wise, I did the math of everything since you've last leveled up. Technically, you are about 2,000 XP short of getting to level 10, but that's just by things you fought. So, with all the other things you've done, congratulations, you're level 10. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
things you would want to know for level 10. One, Christopher, you can now consult the spirits.
All right.
And we might as well just do the level up right now. And there's not a lot I have left. This kind of, I'm sorry, this is more boring of a session because it's just a lot of getting to the
Loose
next
ties
place.
to tie. There's a few loose ties here, yeah. Tie.
Yeah. So that yours gives you the ability to cast the spell Augury and Clairvoyance using your Spirit Guardians.
Oh, whoa, I can cast stuff?
Yeah, divination spells. So Clairvoyance allows you to create like a sensor that can see or hear in a place, and Augury allows you to ask a question. Carrick, you get to add +5 to any or whatever your intelligence modifier is to any damaging spell.
oh.
And Felix, it depends on what you're taking.
I'm taking one more level in Warlock.
Yeah, so you get your Pact feature. So, Pact of the Chain, Pact of the Tome, Pact of the Talisman, or Pact of the Blade. The Blade one makes absolutely no sense for you, and if you take it, I'll be mad.
I gotta look at it again because I forget.
Yeah, so Chain gets you a familiar. Talisman
Don't
gets you a special talisman that can be used for things, and Tome gets you like more spells. I don't know the exact. But yeah, level up, get your hit points. Did you roll for hit points? Oh, you got a 4. That's above average. Is it?
I think that is average, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I don't even remember what is that, a D?
It's a D6, and normally they round up.
Yeah, so
Because
rounding
average
up.
is technically 3.5.
Yeah, so rounding up, that is average, I think, but it's
Let's
technically.
roll. No!
So you got below average because average for you would be 5.
Uh-huh. Me and Ryan we're gonna be having the same amount of hit points for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll take this.
Mhm.
Wheat.
But you can only re-roll if you get a 1. If you get a 1, you can re-roll. Getting 1 on your hit points is just trash.
I just want average, so I click average, right?
You don't click, yeah, if you just click average, so you get your 6 or 7. 6? 6.
7.
Okay.
Or that's what it says.
Yeah, then that's fine.
Packed the
So a 7, because you get 7 plus 5, you get another 13 hit points. Because your cool belt.
I'm at 116 right now.
Roll a D100. You forgot to do this. Every time you sleep, you're supposed to, if it's above a 50, you grow a beard. Or your beard thickens.
All right.
Yep. Your
beard.
beard, you either have a good beard or your beard is getting bushier.
All right. That works with the, am I riding the moose? I'll take the moose with the beard.
I would say it is Felix's moose, but Felix on a moose is absurd.
Can't even see him. Just
What are you talking about? He's not a wisp of a man. He's an average. You know,
this moose
average.
is like 13 feet tall.
Okay, well now it sounds silly.
I don't think it's that tall, but it is probably about 10 feet tall. I'd say while you guys make your decisions, is there anywhere you want to stop on the way back to Zadash?
I think Spuds is definitely going to happen.
You want to stop by Spuds? And try using that replicator again?
Just check in.
Okay, or just check in, yeah, but for sure. This is printed from the 3D printer.
Is that a rock? Is that the rock?
Dwayne the Duck Johnson.
Which one did you get?
It's called Toy Box.
Okay.
It's gonna be the only one. Not gonna be the only one who can do Firebolt anymore. I'm not Firebolt.
Are you taking Pact of the Tome?
Yeah.
Nice. Firebolts everywhere.
Yeah. I would say the two that made the most sense for you was Pact of the Tome or Pact of the Talisman.
Yeah, I don't want the Talisman.
And I didn't want you to have a familiar that I have to play.
Oh, I don't want to.
Because his familiar is very different than your familiar. His familiar has like actual intelligence and is a speaking creature.
Oh man. Hey, so it looks like I get to pick some spells and a cantrip. And there's one here that says requires Dungeon Master's consent.
Okay.
Sapping Sting.
Is that the cantrip?
It's a cantrip, yeah. It causes 1d4 necrotic damage, and then they fall prone if they fail a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, so this requires my consent because it is a Dunamantic spell. What does that mean? So it is a type of magic that only exists in this world. It does not exist in the like your gravity sinkhole
Yeah.
is the same thing. So
Yeah.
I would say that it would make sense for you to kind of create this type of spell because of your work with that other spell. So I would say yes, you can take it.
Sweet.
Hey, can you tell me, because I forget and I didn't check before and I don't want to like lose what I've done already. What Eldritch Invocation I already have? So I'm gonna see if I want to replace it.
Yes, I will. I know that you have the one that allows you to cast False Life, but you always forget to cast it.
Yeah, because it's just it hasn't really been that helpful.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Well, again, I do plan on going out there again at some point.
Son of a gun. Hold on. Because you're in the character mancer, that's all I can see too. So give me 1 second. I should be able to access it from my app.
No.
My guess it's this. I bet it's this fiendish vigor. Oh yeah, duh! I can see it. I'm stupid. It's right here in the drop down.
Well, I'm gonna do it anytime. You know? I don't like what I'm listening, but
That app is trash. So you had Fiendish Vigor, and what other one did you have?
I don't remember.
Okay, let me see. Let's see if it
I
looks.
think it's only. I think I only have one because I'm only like level.
I think
2.
that you got 2 to start with.
I can only choose one.
Well, you can only replace one.
I can only swap one, but it only shows me fiendish vigor in my drop down, which is
Okay,
interesting.
let's. I thought you got more than that.
And the other problem is they have these other ones that are in Xanathar's guide, but I can't see them because they're not in the table of contents, and I don't know what they do. You know who does though?
The internet. You have Eldritch Mind and Fiendish
What?
Vigor.
Okay, well, I'm probably gonna swap Fiendish Vigor because I don't really use it. Aspect of the Moon sucks. Act. No.
Do you have? Which ones are available to you? I mean, Devil Sight, because you complain about magical darkness all the time.
It's not all just for me, it's for everyone.
Yeah, and since you took Eldritch Blast, Agonizing Blast is very good.
Yeah,
Fill out.
I'm
But
between that.
your
or-
charisma modifier is so low that it is only adding 1.
That's why I'm not sure if I should do that, or I'm thinking Book of Ancient Secrets is probably better. Gets more spells, even if they're level 1 spells.
I've got this thing asking me to do skill proficiencies.
Oh yeah, you get 1 extra skill proficiency from your original list of barbarian things.
What does that mean?
So you get to add your proficiency bonus to it. So whatever it is, you would be adding 4 to the roll.
So I'm already proficient in all the drop downs it has. I think. Oh wait, is that no? Is that what the check means? The checkbox next to it means?
Let me open up your sheet with you. Yeah, you are already proficient in all of these.
Oh, so just
So if you have the check mark next to it on your sheet, then I'll let you choose another one.
yeah. All right.
I'll let you say you are now proficient in performance.
All right. That works.
That's
I
the
was
only one
just
that
trying to click the screenshot and not the actual. All right, so I'll do that.
Oh, your spirit shield is better. You can reduce things by 3d6.
Let me up.
Are you sure you're in the middle? Sorry.
Why did you just roll
Scott.
fire?
I can take Book of Ancient Secrets and still take Find Familiar.
Yeah, it's just the bigger thing with Pact of Chain is the familiars are much better. Like an imp familiar can do 3d6 fire or poison damage and turn invisible. What were you asking, Ryan?
I was just seeing if the empowered evocation was automatic or if I just need to remember to add it. And it looks like I have to remember.
Yeah, you have to remember. You could just go to any of the spells if you're clicking them from your list.
Mm-hmm.
Expand that and just say +5.
So when it says, so the wording of this is confusing to me. It says 1 damage roll of any wizard evocation spell you cast. What is it? Why is it specifying 1 damage roll? Like just in case there's
Because if you cast a spell like Magic Missile, it does not add 5 to every Magic Missile.
Okay.
Because then, if it did that, Magic Missile is now
Yeah.
a level what? Your max level. A level 5 Magic Missile would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 darts. So 7d4 plus 7 plus 35.
Nice.
So that is why.
Yeah. Okay. But it's not like I can only use it once or anything. It's
No, it is just on any attack. It is
Yeah.
it is only applied to one of the damage rolls.
Okay, cool.
So like Scorching Ray has 3 attacks. You could only use it on the first one. Eldritch Blast, when you're at a certain level, you attack a certain number of times.
Cool.
What
I
spells?
think I have to take Find Familiar because level 1 spells for rituals are not great.
Oh, does it have to be a ritual spell?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Alarm because I think Alarm is good.
Yeah, you could do Alarm, Find Familiar, Detect Magic.
Well, Ryan already has Detect Magic.
Yes.
We already have a way to identify.
Mm-hmm.
The only other one that I think might be good would be Comprehend Languages.
Yeah.
But
and Ryan has all of those spells, but it's a matter of since they're concentration spells, if one of you wanted to detect magic, one of you wanted to comprehend languages, having some level of overlap there is useful.
how many more bag of tricks is that unlimited? I can't remember.
It is unlimited. It recharges every day.
Okay, I'm gonna take Comprehend Languages.
Yeah, because even detect magic would be good for you, or either one of those, because you could have it up, and then as you sneak around, be able to notice things. So.
Oh yeah. So I got Polymorph and Melf's Minute Meteors, by the way.
Melts minute meteors.
Oh, sure. Minute meteors.
It looks like minute every time you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Polymorph. So
I felt like that could be fun.
The one rule about polymorph is it has to be an animal or a beast that you actually have seen and or know of.
Okay.
Your character. So
Yes.
the perfect example of it is you cannot turn someone into a T-Rex unless you have seen a T-Rex.
Okay.
You guys have seen velociraptors, so you could turn someone into a velociraptor, but that's the biggest thing. And if you turn one of your allies into it, they need to know what their intelligence score is, because they do become more dumb. And if it's to a certain level of dumbness, they need to play it in a certain way that, like, you do not maintain your level of intellect. If you're a T-Rex, you might just go and try to eat whatever. You'll remember your allies, but you might just try and eat things instead of be smart and stand there.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So there will be some caveats to that spell that I have to make. Otherwise,
can you turn into like a dragon?
No, polymorph only allows you to turn into beasts.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure.
It says any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just assuming there's not a way to.
Yeah, so I can't up somebody's challenge rating, basically, is all it's saying.
Yeah, so if you are fighting a dragon, you could try to polymorph it into an ant.
Yeah.
But then the moment that the
the ant dies.
It
It turns
dies,
back
it
into a
reverts.
dragon, and it gets the hit points back that it didn't have as an ant, right?
Yeah, so if you did
Yeah.
30 damage to the ant, it would do the 1 damage to the ant and then
Yeah,
29 damage to the dragon.
yeah. So you can't just turn it into an ant and then squash it and move on with your day.
No,
Which
you turn it
seems
into an
fair.
ant. You turn it into an ant, and then you run away for the next hour.
Yeah,
Um,
could still be fun. So I
Yeah,
can
go.
use this on. Can I use this on humanoids?
You can use it on any of you.
Really? Okay.
And then I don't know what the challenge rating of that is. If it's non-offensive, if it says that, we would probably say anything up to. I'll look up.
Mhm.
So, is everyone finished leveling up?
I have finished.
You.
Did you, Chris?
All good. We got some bagpiping coming. This new performance.
You're better. You are better at bagpiping. Finally.
Honestly, probably one of the most useful things I could have done.
Let's see.
Medicine, that would have been nice, but whatever. Next time.
Oh, okay. So it's or the target's level. So if you use it on yourself, it's a challenge rating of 10.
Mm.
So challenge rating of the monster or 10 if it's on yourself. So like if you were going to do it to a skeleton, that's a challenge rating 1/4. So like a fish. If we're going to do it to if you're going to do it to one of the giant King Jaros there, that would have been a 10. The highest challenge rating you guys have fought is an 11.
Which
And
one was that?
you didn't even actually fight it. That was the Bahir, the one that you ran away from in the cave.
Glad we ran away from that.
Yeah. Everything else that you fought through the last bit has been a 10. Except I would definitely say that Charmaine should not have been a 10. Charmaine would have wrecked shop if it had reactions. But
Yeah, I think my pigeon shit would attest to that. Yeah.
okay. Well, what, with 12 minutes left, we'll say this, just to go along with your leveling up. You guys make your first 3 days of travel, no problem. That first 3 days probably gets you close to the actual Glory Run Road, the main road, kind of where that last dot finishes. Let's see, can I highlight that? Oh, perfect. So you guys are heading back down. We'll give this. We'll give this. So your first 3 days kind of get you down right above this. Very uneventful. You do pass by semi-close to where you would have fought those bandits originally and let those kind of captured people get done. On the night of that third night, though, while you guys are all doing watch, I would say I guess I'll ask you, Felix, like you have not been approached by your patron to get the item that you so wanted, or that they so wanted. So it's been at this point about a week since that happened. So do you do anything about it, or are you just waiting for them?
I mean, I'm level 10 now. which means I'm level 3, which means they gave me a Book of Shadows, so they have to have come to me at some point.
Well, no, that's what I'm playing right now. Is how
Yeah,
this
yeah.
happens.
I think every night on my watch, I'm just looking at the axe that I have. It's an axe, right?
Yeah, it's
And I look to the sky, and I look back to the axe over and over.
okay. And this is like a supremely polished, like black steel axe. So on that, on the kind of like that fourth night where you're just kind of sitting outside of the fire, just kind of like going on a little walk around just to patrol. Everyone else is asleep inside the bubble. You are just kind of glancing down, and it's a full moon up above. And then as you glance down up at the moon, glance down up at the moon, glance down, you glance down, and then looking as a reflection off of that, lit up by the moonlight, is the face of Nintrociota, and just kind of standing there looking over top of you as you're looking down at the ashes. They're about like 9 feet tall, very spindly, wispy black shadows kind of going off behind them. And they go, "Nice axe. Is
It's
that for me?"
yours.
Oh, they say, "May I?"
I hand it over.
They hand it over, and they kind of like flick it, take it, like notice the magical properties of it. That it is definitely a magical item. And I guess I should say this is also not. I guess I lied with the reflecting part. Like it looks like a drawing, like but the drawing is like shaded in with pencil, like a nice shading there. It still had some sort of reflective property for the cool reveal of her looking over you in a reflection, but uh, it looks kind of like that thing of that necklace of fireballs where it's almost like a drawn but turned into a 3D piece of paper. He goes, "Well, this is definitely isn't from here. This is quite interesting. I wonder what it would do in this world. Thank you. I think this is. I think you did right. This is interesting enough. And as for that, um, probably won't be calling on you for a little bit, but in the meantime, here, take this," and just like reaches behind into the shadows and just pulls out this tome. Just here's just some light reading for you. Might help you on your path. And maybe once you finish reading it a couple times, maybe I'll come and visit you again. We can talk about it. And hand you your book of shadows.
Tuck the book away.
As you tuck the book away, like you almost feel like a magical chain coming from its from the middle of its spine and wrapping itself around like where your belt line would be. There's no like physical chain visible, but it feels like you feel like a small weight going from that. And in fact, even if you drop the book, it stops about at your knee and starts just hanging there by some invisible force. So
Sweet.
that's your book. How big do you want this Book of Shadows to be? Do you want it to be like your little like pocket Bible, or
Yes, big.
It is the size of your phone. Yeah, it's we'll say it's like a little pocket Bible, and you essentially have an invisible wallet chain connected to it. Um, but it easily can fit inside of a pocket. But you notice if you take all your clothes off, it still is hanging off of you. And it just kind of like is this black leather inside of it. There's what you see is a bunch of writing. What anyone else would see is just blank pages. It's written in some sort of language. You can't actually. You would know. What languages do you speak?
I speak. Where did it go? I speak common and infernal.
Common and infernal. You would know that the characters aren't either of those. Make an intelligence check to see if you can figure out what kind of characters these are, because you've seen quite a few different writings as you've been around.
And I guess thieves can't if you count that as.
Yeah, it's not thieves camp.
Yeah, I
That would-
kind of figured that. That'd be
If it was in
weird.
thieves camp, that'd just be wild. It is in a language that you don't particularly know, but what you would assume is, since as they've been introduced, they are a Fey, a Fey entity. You would think that it's written in some sort of Sylvan or old ass Elvish type stuff. But you're able to comprehend it and read it. Like, that's kind of where maybe some of your comprehend languages comes from, is this book imparts that to you. But yeah, anyone else that looks at this little pocket book will just see a bunch of blank pages. So that is your Book of Shadows.
My little black book.
Your little black shadowy book. Yeah, it even has like little wisps that come off of it. Not all the time, but just like when you like flip a page, like it goes. Because shadows and smoke are the same thing, right? Okay. So about 4 days. Well, let's see how many days. You guys are you going to go check in on Spuds?
Sounds like we are.
Just a
I
day.
mean, up to you guys. It will add a day of travel for you to go checking with Spuds. So it'll take you down to 18 days of time in Zadash before the date.
I think we should. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can go. You kind of skirt Hupperduke, kind of still afraid that that lawman might try and conscript you again. Even though, from what you've heard, conscription's kind of done right now. It's it's active war at the borders, but nothing like there's no like actual aggression trying to push forward and invade. It's kind of, there's enough forces at the borders to repel attacks, and it's kind of still, even though it's been 3 months, you're still kind of in that, we're bolstering things, and just those early parts of war when you couldn't just go run through a few countries because of tanks. Yeah, so you all make it there, and I think that's probably where we should stop, since TJ's not here and it's 2:00. So we'll start up with you guys visiting Spuds and then making your way back to Zadash.
Cool.
Um,
Do we want to pick the next session, or should we wait for TJ, or get it on the books and then see what he
Get on the
feels?
book to make sure it works for him. It feels like normally every time he's the one person without anything.
Okay.
Every single weekend works for me except for next weekend until the 3rd of March.
So I'm booked until February, but February looks pretty much all good for me.
Okay, do we want to say February 4th?
Works for me. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say February 4th then.
Cool.
February 4th, and that gives me plenty of time to figure out what you're doing next. What's going to happen in Zadash? It's just going to be easy peasy. Nothing happens, right?
Clearly.
Well, good. Well, good. Well, y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
man.
too.
Thanks. Thanks for running.
No
Good times.
problem. No problem. Okay. Talk to you later.